to call it, it looks like, on UTPB. A lot of bodies flying around down low, but it's a good job by St. Mary's. And you can look at it, a couple players that get up. Everybody's a little tired as Perkins subs out. Soteria Banks checks back in. Good high energy from both clubs here in this first 13 minutes of action in San Antonio. 28th meeting all time with these two schools. Rattlers have the edge 19-8. Soteria Banks on that left side on the overload. Has a double team, showing a lot of patience. She did a good job with that early on, and I think her teammates followed suit. Billick is wide open from downtown. Three-pointer is up and good. Tanya's second three of the season. Great ball movement. Soteria Banks with her 38th assist on the year. And the Rattlers have their largest lead of the game at 14 points. St. Mary's is shooting the ball exceptionally well. Haven't seen them do this at home, I don't think, honestly, this season. High lob underneath. Good job by Quadman to climb the ladder, and she is fouled underneath. That's an excellent entry pass, but you look at Alexis Quadman, she looks like she's been in pain holding that left kidney just a little bit. As that foul is called underneath on the Rattlers. Again, Lexi Torres for the foul. Briley Perkins and Jesse Barbosa set to check back in as the free throw toss is good. Quadman 8 of 14 in now her last 4 games from the free throw line. As Lex trying to come over to the bench, has to wait at least momentarily as the second toss is short. Hannah Wilson has the rebound. 13-point advantage. Again, the Falcons, they're all about shooting the ball well. When they shoot well, they've won. When they haven't, they've lost. And that's, that kind of tends to go to show for a lot of teams. But, their number is pretty simple. When they don't get to 70 points, they have not won but one time this season. They get above that, numbers really tilt in their favor. They've won 8 of 11. As that three-pointer is off, rebound underneath, offensive by Hemmeline. Rebound's pretty tight between these two teams as that one hits the backboard and nothing else. And Christian James had an awkward angle to try to pull it in, could not do so. And St. Mary's will take over as Perkins, Hughes, and Barbosa sub in to join Soteria Banks and Sydney Hardiman for St. Mary's. Fans, stop by one of the 5 conveniently located Jason's Deli restaurants for a fresh, affordable meal anytime. Don't forget about their free ice cream. Jason's Deli, happy to fulfill any and all catering needs. Jason's Deli, the official sandwich of St. Mary's Athletics. Banks inside the lane, leads it with the right hand, too strong, got contacted. Pretty good defense, though, as Hemmeline has the rebound for Texas Permian Basin. Falcons attacking half-court right. Underneath, good pass. Hemmeline goes across, drops it off inside the lane to Stallworth, who's getting her first minutes of the game. As that short shot was a little bit short, a little bit from James. Ball movement's been good for UTPB, but shooting just 36% from the field right now. As Banks over to the weak side has Barbosa wide open, but Jesse too strong. And Jason Martins, you can just see, jump stop Jesse right there. Be patient, because worst case, even though it doesn't move as fast as you want it to, you feel like you're getting at least a trip to the foul line. That's a huge, huge deal right there. 5 minutes to play. We're halfway through the second quarter. St. Mary's by 13 points. They had a 9-point lead at the end of the first. Permian Basin without a field goal in their last 3 minutes. They've got 2 to shoot. In trouble as Galindo fires a forced 3. That does not hit the backboard, or not the rim. It only hits the backboard, and St. Mary's will take over. That's their second force of the shot clock violation. Timeout on the floor with 4:47 to play here in this first half. Rattlers with a good shooting game so far at 54%, while Texas Permian Basin has missed 7 of their last 8 for the second time in this game. We're back after the 60-second timeout. Rattlers by 13 on the Lone Star Conference Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
4:47 to play here in the second period. Rattlers by 13 as they come out of the timeout. UTPB shows the press for the first time here tonight. And the Rattlers don't have any trouble. They get it up the court quickly as Briley Perkins is hammered across the lane. Third team foul of the quarter. And again, the message pretty clear, I think, from Jason Martin's group coming off of Thursday's overtime loss to Western New Mexico. They've done a really good job today with that mentality of get the ball inside. They've worked inside out, and I think because of that, we've seen them shoot 54% and hit 4 of their 9 three-point attempts. As Briley Perkins, big reason for a lot of this early success. Briley at the line once again trying to go into double figures. First player for either team does so. And for Briley, how about it? She's doing it at the line. I mean, that's what's so big. I mean, for her, 4 of 6 at the stripe. Briley's got 23 free throws coming into this game, but she has been aggressive. And I think that's where, she will continue to grow and be one of the real talented players in this league. She can show that she can drive. People are going to leave her alone. She's going to not only be open outside, but, she's going to be a player that averages regularly, I think, 15 points a game. She's just got to work on getting there as Carter hits from downtown for the second time. Today she's 2 of 4. She keeps it at 12, but Texas Permian Basin not shooting it as well as St. Mary's. They shot the ball okay, 38%. But they've just not been able to come up with some of their open shots. As Christina Baker out there for the first time, too strong off the window. Rebound away to Carter and company for the Falcons. They try to push it inside the lane. The shot is up, no good. 8th offensive rebound, and a foul is called as Hughes tardy to the spot. Quadman, good hustle down low. And again, she has a chance to go to the line for one more. And to me, you look at it, Texas Permian Basin, such a good hustle team. They do a really good job underneath, and that's why they're one of the best teams in collecting offensive rebounds, top 5 in the league. As the first toss is up, it is short. As a team rebounding, Texas Permian Basin doesn't do a great job. In fact, they're actually -4. But they have done a good job here today. They have kept the rebounds even. As the left-handed toss is up and good. Quadman goes 1 for 2 after missing the first. Back to an 11-point game. Rattlers with 25 in the first, led by 9 at the end of the first quarter. They are +2 here in quarter number 2. Rattlers, though, without a field goal in their last 3 minutes. They've been a little bit quiet. Sydney Hardiman with it off the drive, right side, pulls up, 15-footer is off the mark. Good defense out there by UTPB, and that time they are able to fool Hardiman just a little bit as Carter looks back behind her. Again, the Falcons currently 13th in the league. They're trying to get into that top 12. Those are the teams that make it to the league tournament as that three-pointer hangs and rims out.
And welcome back. Game two here is the Saints trying to bounce back after dropping the first game, a final score of 8-4 against Sul Ross State. As Felicity Villanueva out of El Paso will be pitching here, game number one, or here's second game. And she will be on the circle. Her first pitching outing of the year. And the first pitch, there a strike there to Cameron Harden. 0-1 the count. Top half of the first. Saints trying to bounce back now. 4-5 on the season. They've dropped, as they dropped that one there. And Sul Ross State improves to 2-1. That's fouled off the count. 0-2. Update, women's basketball up by 20, nearing halftime in Alexandria, Louisiana. If they get a win, they will win their 8th conference championship in 9 years with a victory. And right now they're on their way with a 20-point lead nearing halftime against the second-place team in the conference. That's fouled off. Count stays 0-2 here on Harden. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here top of the first. Saints again drop the game 8-4. Found themselves down 4-0 before they were able to get going. Got back to within 1 when they trailed 5-4, but 3 runs over the final, or 2 of the final 3 innings. Pass mishandled, throw over to first. 1 down. So 1 out, that's going to bring up Gabriela Raimondi. Raimondi coming up to the plate, the shortstop. Raimondi's. So the first pitch is grounded, mishandled there at third. And getting the second chance there as unable, as Valderrama not able to handle the ball, hit sharply there to third. So Raimondi is over at first now with 1 out. So Annika Ganaba to the plate. Steps up here. 1 out and 1 on. There's there for strike. 0-1 the count. Villanueva. The 0-1. Swings and misses. Runner grind for second. Got her at second. So caught Staley there. And 2 down. So 2 outs here. An 0-2 count now. That's fouled again. Stays 0-2. That's Ganaba. The big game 1. Steps here now with the bases empty and 2 outs. Top of the first. That's grounded right back to Villanueva at the circle. 3 away. No runs. No hits. There. Nobody left. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Still scoreless. You're watching Saints Softball on the Olu Saints Network at KSAT.com. And welcome back. Bottom half of the first. It's Madison Nunn, the left fielder, coming up to the plate. Madison to the plate here. 458 on the season, a home run, 6 RBIs, 533 on base percentage. Led off game 1 with a hit. Made her way around to third, but was stranded there. Now looks at the first pitch there. It's a ball, 1-0 the count to Madison Nunn. As Miranda Martinez in the circle for Sol Ross of the American Southern Conference NCAA Division III out of Alpine, Texas. That's 2-0 the count on Nunn. Nunn steps up here, 2-0, and that's the left and a base hit. So she'll lead off game 2 the way she started game 1 with a single. So aboard now. So Kayla Dries now to the plate. The center fielder as she steps up with a runner on first here. Pitch there. Inside, runner goes for the second. Safe. Whoa, close on that one. As that one stolen base. The time going to be called there from Mr. Walsh. 1 strike the count there. As Coach Kanaba wants to talk to the infield official. As he's got a case for that one because it did look like they had gotten there before she did. But Saints will benefit from that and advance Nunn to second now with nobody out in scoring position. 0-1 count here. Dries looks at that one. Strike 2. 0-2. It's Gonzalez in the on-deck circle. No balls, 2 strikes. That's head over to right. We'll get that one in. 1 away. As Flores without any difficulty on that one. Bringing it in. And Dries goes down. That'll bring up the catcher, Joanna Gonzalez. As Gonzalez comes up to the plate here against Miranda Martinez. With Nunn at second base and 1 out. And that's up high, moonshot underneath. And a can of corn for Hardin, 2 down. And that will bring up the cleanup hitter, Ariel Montgomery. So Ariel Montgomery comes up with 2 outs, runner at second. So Montgomery had a solo shot in game 1 to left field. Comes up here with a runner at second now. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. Scoreless here, the Olu softball field. That's our first strike, 0-1 the count. A lot of changes out here at the field. Very nice as Coach them doing a great job out here with this field. Fix some of the little spots on the infield that we've dealt with over the years with making ground balls a little interesting at time. Throw back over and safe. Snud. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. And a little more fan friendly with the bleachers here around the infield. And press box for next season. And that's inside, jumping away there from that one, Montgomery. Montgomery, 320 hitter, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 414 on base percentage. Is Ariel. Looks at that one and fouls that one back out of play. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to count here. Montgomery, career .301 hitter. So that one 3-2. Just her 3rd career home run earlier. And 22 career RBIs. Slow roller. Martinez at the circle. 3 away, and they will leave none on base. So, we'll head to the top of the second. Still scoreless. You're watching Saints Softball, the Olu Saints Network at KSAT.com. Top of the second, still scoreless here. As Paisley Sims, Miranda Martinez, and Mary Villarreal to lead things off for Sul Ross. And one away. Madison not a good job there on that one. Update in Louisiana, Our Lady Lake University women's basketball up 73-54 at the end of the 3rd quarter. On their way to an 8th conference championship in 9 years. As Miranda Martinez steps up and foul. The ball's on a strike on Martinez. Martinez on the mound here in this one. It's Villanueva, her first start of the year. First appearance on the circle this year. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. That one drifts up, and the count 2-1. That's Mary Villarreal on deck for Sul Ross. Nueva checking pitch. That's going to be a grounder over to Valderrama. Over to first, 2 down. First 2 batters down as Mary Villarreal, third base, coming up to the plate. First pitch shows bunt there, pulls it back, up high, ball 1-0 the count. Villarreal. That's a strike. The count 1-1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Villanueva. The pitch. Grounder over to second to Esparza to first. 3 up, 3 down they go. Bottom of the second coming up. Still scoreless. You're watching Saints softball on the Olu Saints Network. KSAT.com. Welcome back. Bottom half of the second inning about to start. Clarissa Santos, the DH. Terry Valderrama and Jennifer Estrada due up. For the Saints here, we're still scoreless. Bottom of the second. Saints try to bounce back. Get back to 500 after losing game one. Saints have another doubleheader tomorrow as Millsap College will stop by and visit the Olu softball field. So Clarissa Santos, the DH, 308 hitter with with no home runs, 1 RBI this year, 471 on base percentage. Steps up here to the plate. Santos, Valderrama, and Estrada. Went up here as Martinez with the pitch. Up high, ball, 1-0 the count to Santos. Watches that one. Close pitch there, 2-0 the count. Two balls, no strikes here. That's up high, 3-0. Santos up in the count here. 3 balls, no strikes. We're in the bottom half of the second inning. Pitch. That's going to hit her. So she will get aboard first base after being hit by the pitch. So a runner on first now with nobody out. So the leadoff aboard again for the Saints. Saints were not able to take advantage of it back in this first inning. Madison reached base and got over to second, stranded there. So Terry Valderrama coming up to the plate here. First pitch right down there for a strike, 0-1 the count for Valderrama. Valderrama, freshman, San Antonio Madison High School. Madison Maverick. 0-1 again showing, puts the bunt down, charging there from third. Will get Valderrama. As Villarreal, a good job of charging at 1 away as runner advances to second on the sac bunt. So Jennifer Estrada, the shortstop now, coming up to the plate. Jennifer, sophomore from El Paso. First pitch there, strike. 0-1 the count to Estrada. Snowball's a strike here. Pitch. Checks the swing. Going to be a ball. Count evens 1-1 now. Estrada 273 on the year with 6 RBIs and a 360 on base percentage. She went 2 for 3 in game one. With a couple of doubles, scored a run. Drove 2 runs in for the Saints. Watches that one there. Ball 2-1 the count for Estrada. Runner at second. And the pitch. Looks at the strike there and evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 down. So Caitlin Esparza now up to the plate for the Saints. Esparza, the freshman from San Antonio MacArthur High School. Saints a lot of freshmen on this team. Ball up high, gets away. And advancing over to third base is Santos. Go ahead run now at third base for the Saints. As 1-0 the count here to Esparza. 375 hitter. Fouls that one back out of play. Count evens 1-1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here. One. Fouled back again. Count 1-2. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So Esparza steps into the box. Santos at third. 1-2. And again, staying alive there. And count stays 1-2. It's 1-2 pitch. Up high for a ball. The count evens 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at third. And the 2-2. Slow roller over to Martinez. That'll do it. 3 away. Top of the third coming up. Still scoreless. You're watching Saints softball on the Olu Saints Network. KSAT.com. So welcome back. DP coming up here. And it's Alvarado to lead things off. For Sol Ross, Alvarado, Guillen, and Valverde. As Villanueva on the mound, or on the circle there. The pitch away for a ball, 1-0 the count. Alvarado, the DP here. It's away ball, 2-0 the count. That one slow over to the mound, or to the circle. Over to first, one away. So that will bring up Gian with one away. Pitch. Oh, there, ball 1-0 the count to Gian. Nadia Valverde in the on-deck circle here for Haley Gian. Looks at that one, 2-0. Top of the third, scoreless. Yolo softball field. Saints against Sul Ross State University. The Lobos of Alpine, Texas, NCAA Division III. Call strike there, 2-1. Remember the American Southern Conference. Two balls, one strike. One out here. That's foul. Count evens, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. And the 2-2. Called strike three. Is that one? The bottom dropped out on that one in the count. 2 down. So Nadia Valverde coming up to the plate. First base. And a strike there. 0-1 the count. Valverde. First strikeout recorded for Villanueva for this 2020 season. Snowballs, one strike here, 2 outs here. Top of the third. So we're still scoreless. And 0-2 the count. Go 2. Up high ball. It's 1-2 now. And that's fouled back. 1-2 stays the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Two and two. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. So Valverde steps back in. Villanueva. Delivery and the pitch. Away ball, the count full. 3-2. So good job here by Valverde, fighting her way back the count. Full count here. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Villanueva and the payoff. And that's down the line, and it's going to be fair. Rounded first, on her way second. Throw to second on time. Stand-up double for Valverde. So a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. 4 of the 8 runs scored by Sul Ross in game 1 were with 2 outs. Now they have a runner at second with 2 outs. As the top of the order back up, it's Cameron Harden. The pitch here to Harden. It's back over to second, Valverde. 1 ball, no strikes here. Baseball's in action up in Fort Worth right now as they're taking on Bellevue. I'll give you updates as soon as we find out. Women's basketball up by 18. Late in the second half against LSU Alexandria. And with a victory, women's basketball would win their 8th conference championship in 9 years. And clinch a spot in the national tournament in Billings, Montana, coming up in March. 1-1. That's fouled. The count 1-2. The second game of doubleheader. Saints dropped the first one. Now 4-5 on the season. Trying to get back to 500. It's been a brutal early start of the season. That's down the line, and that's going to do it. They'll leave 1 aboard, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless. You're watching Saints Softball, the Olu Saints Network, KSAT.com. And welcome back. Bottom half of the third inning, still scoreless here. The Olu softball field. As Kenna Kennedy to lead things off for the Saints. Kennedy, a .333 hitter on the year. 4 RBIs, a .368 on base percentage. She will lead things off for the Saints as Kennedy, and then it'll be the top of the order, Madison Nunn and Kayla Drees. Due up here in this bottom half of the third. As Miranda Martinez is ready back in the circle. The first pitch well up high out of the zone. 1-0 the count to Kennedy. Kennedy went 0 for 3 in game 1. Career .385 hitter is Kennedy. So that's hit foul. 2 career home runs, 20 career RBIs, 43 career games. And the 1-1, that's it to center, but camping out underneath. Harden gets it, 1 away. Top of the order now up. It's Madison Nunn. 1 for 1, singled her first time up. And stole second. And was left there. So Nunn watches that one up and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. Madison. At a 324 a year ago. The Saints, her freshman year. So that one for strike. So far this year, a 480 hitter. A home run and 6 RBIs. That's high up in the air as Kanaba underneath it. 2 down. That'll bring up Kayla Drees. Center fielder to the plate with 2 down. Drees stepping up here. 0 for 1 in the game. Watches that one low, 1-0. It's 1-0 count here. That's it, and that's going to find its way into right field. So Drees will get aboard with 2 outs. Say it's getting a little 2-out magic there from Drees. And that'll bring up Joanna Gonzalez. Gonzalez 0 for 1 so far in this one. Catcher steps up. San Benito, Texas. Up high, ball 1-0 the count. Gonzalez, 300 hitter, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs this year. Her and Ariel Montgomery tied for the team lead in home runs. She is the team leader in RBIs. It's Gonzalez. That's grounded sharply to Villarreal at third. Or to first, and that'll do it. Saints will leave another aboard, and we'll head to the 4th. Still scoreless. You're watching Saints softball on the Olo Saints Network and KSAT.com. Top of the 4th coming up. Still scoreless. Both teams with identical score lines. No runs, no hits for both teams. So Ross has left 1 base runner aboard. Saints have left 3 aboard so far. As leading things off, Gabriela Raimondi. As she singled infield hit back in the 1st inning. And then it was caught stealing. And pulls that one foul, 0-1 to count. Ball's 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch. Sends the center, steps up for it as Drees. 1 away. So Annika Kanaba Second base coming up to the plate. She's 0 for 1. That's there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Kanaba. Out of Alpine, Texas. That's grounded as a backhanded. And so going to reach on the infield hit there. So on a board now with 1 out. So third base runner now of the day. Wershaw Ross as Paisley Sims to the plate is 0 for 1. One out here. And a strike called on that one. Looking for the bunt, left it out there. 1-1, 0-1 the count on Sims. Walls 1 strike, 1 out here. Runner at first. That is brought down. Nice stab to grab that one out of the air. Valderrama, double play, and that'll do it. So the Saints will get out of it. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Still scoreless. You're watching Saints softball on the Olu Saints Network at KSAT.com. Adam, welcome back. Bottom half of the 4th inning, still scoreless. As Ariel Montgomery coming up to the plate. Montgomery 0 for 1. Grounded back to the circle her last time up. 0 for 1. Ariel with a solo blast in game 1. Looks to the first pitch up high, ball 1. That one kind of hung up there. Been dangerous. Pitch there from Martinez. It's 1-0. And swings and misses that one. The count even 1-1 now for Montgomery. 308 hitter, 2 homers, 6 RBIs this year. For the sophomore from San Antonio, just outside San Antonio, Medina Valley High School. Swings and misses that one, 1-2. It's 1-2 count here for Montgomery. Montgomery, Clarissa Santos, and Terry Valderrama due up. Here at the bottom of the 4th for the Saints. That high back to left, looking and able to bring it down at the wall there. And the fence there is Gian. 1 away. Santos up as Martinez got away with one there as that one hung up on her. Just not enough on it from Montgomery to send it over. So Santos coming up here. The designated player looks at the first pitch for a strike, 0-1 the count to Santos. That's up the middle, base hit. So runner at first now with one out. And that is going to bring up Terry Valderrama. So that's the second time now that Santos has reached base. Walked her first time and now gets the single right up the middle. As Valderrama to the plate. First pitch up high for a ball, 1-0 the count. Valderrama sacrifice bunt out last time. Move Santos to scoring position. That running there and able to grab that one is Romaldi, and over to first. Double play, and that'll do it. Top of the fifth coming up, still scoreless. Some nice defensive plays here today. You're watching Saints Softball, the Old Saints Network, and KSAT.com. So welcome back. As Errol Montgomery will be coming out, and Kaylee Norris, the freshman, will be coming in over to first base. Freshman out of Schertz, Texas, Samuel Clemens High School. As Miranda Martinez, a pitcher, to lead things off. Martinez played here 0 for 1. Pitch there from Villanueva. It's 1-0 the count. As Gonzalez will head out. Talk to Villanueva for make sure the signs correct. Pitch. Got a nice job over to first. One away. This one out here at the top of the fifth. Mary Villarreal, sophomore from Fort Stockton, steps up. Inside on that one, ball. Actually, strike on that. 0-1 the count. Left the bat out there on the bunt. So doesn't matter how much it's inside, it's going to be a strike if you leave the bat out there. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. That's to the side, and 2 down. So 2 down now. So Abby Alvarado, the DP, coming up. So he is 0 for 1. That's there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Watches out with 1-1 for Alvarado. Grounded to the circle last time up. It's Villanueva. Very nice pitching debut for her today. There's Felicity. Now 4 2/3 inning. So that's fouled out of the play. No runs, 3 hits, struck out 1. And the 1-2. That's going to find its way to right field. And reaching safely is Alvarado. So a runner aboard now with 2 outs. So Haley Guillen to the plate. So Alvarado there at first now. Ball 1-0. The count here to Guillen. Guillen 0 for 1, struck out. Her only appearance so far here in game 2. So 1-0 now. Allen Estrada to short. First, 3 away. That'll do it. They'll leave 1 aboard, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Still scoreless. You're watching Saints Softball on the Olu Saints Network and KSAT.com. And welcome back. Bottom of the 5th. Saints coming up to the plate. 117-89 right now in the 4th quarter with 6 minutes left to play. Women's basketball leading LSU Alexandria. As let's say it's back here, Alexis Valdez coming in to pinch hit. Denver Estrada. So it'll be Valdez, Esparza, and Kennedy due up. First pitch there, ball 1-0 the count. Alexis Valdez, a .375 hitter this year with an RBI. She has an on-base percentage of .545. 1-0. Watches that one, 2-0. That's Martinez. That's pitched well. Also, 4 innings pitched, giving up just 3 hits. Walked 1, struck out 1, no runs, and that's a strike in the count, 2-1. Valdez. Freshman from Seguin. A lot of freshmen on this team. Actually, a lot of young players. This again will be the second year in a row without a senior on this team. For the Saints, 3 balls and a strike here. Looks at that one to count full 3-2. Just 3 juniors. So a lot of youth. And swing and a miss on that one, 0-1. A lot of youth and a lot of hope for the future. As that, as we're going to have so coming in, it's going to be Yisa Gonzalez, the freshman from San Marcos, coming up to pinch hit here. Thank Coach Scott Materis, the spotter here for me. So I'm limited by the length of the cable here. I'm moving my head around to see. That's up and in. Want to know the count on Isa. Isa Gonzalez, freshman from San Marcos. And that pops that one up, and coming up underneath that one, Villarreal, 2 away. So 2 outs, and that will bring up Kenna Kennedy to the plate now. It's Kennedy 0 for 1. Stepping up to the plate. She flied to center back in the 3rd inning. 316 hitter sits out back it goes, and caught at the wall is Guillen, and 3 away. 3 away. Bottom of the 6th coming up, or top of the 6th coming up, and we're still scoreless. You're watching Saints Softball on the Yellow Saints Network and KSAT.com. And welcome back. 124-100. Women's basketball leading in the 4th quarter with 3 minutes left on LSU Alexandria. Still Still looking for updates on baseball. Haven't seen any yet. It's taking on Bellevue up in Fort Worth. At campus of Texas Wesleyan. As the first pitch coming there from Valverde. Nadia Valverde, who's doubled her last time up back in the third inning. One of the 3 hits. Both teams, no runs with 3 hits. Saints adding an error to theirs. Saints have left 3 aboard, and Sul Ross has left 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes to count. And the pitch, and that's going to be foul. 2-2 the count. Valverde. Estrada. Nice stop. Grabs it. 1 away. Let's top of the order coming back up. It's Cameron Harden. 0 for 2. Stepping up to the plate here. For a ball, 1-0. The count there in Harden. Grounded to the circle back of the first. Then grounded to first in the third. 1-0 the count here. It's Gabriela Raimondi, the on deck circle. 1-0 pitch. Watches that one. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And a called strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2. So that's foul. Count stays 1-2. On Harden. Harden 0 for 2 in this one. 4 hits. 5 at bats in game 1 for Harden. The 1-2. Again, foul that off. Stays 1-2. It's wind in the outfield. Swimming around. It's going to find its way. And that is the 5th time she will reach base in the 2 games now. And her 5th hit in the 2 games. So runner at first now with 1 out. It's Gabriela Raimondi up to the plate is 1 for 2. The runner at first here. That's their low 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Eovaldi. Singled infield hit back in the first. Flied out in the fourth. It's 1-1 now, the count. That one fouled off. Gonzalez again had to talk to Villanueva. Villanueva steps up. 1-1. That one drops low and in. The count 1-2. Or 2-1, I'm sorry. No. Ball's Woodstock, runner at first. Grounded third over to first. 2 down. Runner advances to second. So Kanaba comes up to the plate. Runner at second now on 2 outs. She is 1 for 2. And it's a meeting at the mound. As Sierra Martinez is out in the bullpen for the Saints. But I don't think, doesn't look like there's any change that's going to be made here. As Coach Liddington out talking to his players here. It's a runner at second at 2 outs. Scoreless here at the top of the 6th inning. Saints try to split this doubleheader in this 2-game series with Sul Ross and get back to 500, get to 5-5. Right now, 4-5 on the season. Again, they'll be in action again tomorrow starting at noon. Doubleheader against Millsap College. And final score in Alexandria, Saints bested their all-time leading points scored in a game, now 136. They win 136-104 over LSU Alexandria and clinch a tie for their 8th conference championship in 9 years. That's popped up. Coming up and bringing it in 3 away. That got a little too exciting there in right field. Still scoreless. Top of the 6th coming up. You're watching Saints baseball, or Saints softball, the Olu Saints Network at KSAT.com. And welcome back, everybody. Top of the order to lead things off for the Saints here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Madison Nunn coming up. Left fielder's 1 for 2. Singled their first time up back in the 1st inning. Flied out back in the 3rd. 462 the average on the year. A home run, 6 RBIs for Madison. 5:31 on base. Looks at the first pitch up and away, ball 1-0 the count. That's fouled back. So 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 1 count here for Nunn. Pitch for Martinez. Ball, the count 2-1 now. That's high in the air, coming over. Ramondi gets it. 1 out. So 1 out here, and now to bring up. Kalo Dries coming to the plate is 1 for 2. As again, we're still scoreless here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Both pitchers still pitching very well. That's down the line, going to find its way. It's backhanded there by Guillen. Guillen will hold Dries to a single. A nice job. That was your left fielder Guillen who did a great job there backhanding that and holding her to a single there. So runner at first now with 1 out. So Joanna Gonzalez, the team's leading in rebound. I'm sorry, in rebounds. I've got basketball in the brain there after reporting that. In RBIs. Coming up to the plate here with 1 out. Got a runner at first. As Gonzalez steps up here. Oh for 2. Just flying out and ground out. Showed a bunt there, fouled off there. 0-1 the count to Gonzalez. So Gonzalez has had a tough time here today. 0 for 2 in this one, 290 now the average. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. Tied for the team lead in home runs and holds the team lead in RBIs for herself there. Shows the butt, puts it down nicely, runner advances and over to first. And foul. That's actually the call, so 0-2 the count. So going back up there is Joanna Gonzalez. And she'll swing and a miss on that one, 2 down. So 2 outs now. That's Ariel Montgomery making her way up to the plate here. Outs inside there. Ball 1-0 the count to Montgomery. Montgomery 0 for 2 in this one. So wind picking up as it's flag at center field showing it's going straight out. And that's got underneath that one. And coming over to make that one. Grimaldi, and that'll do it. 7th inning coming up. We're still scoreless. You're watching Saints Softball on the Ola Saints Network and KSAT.com. Top of the 7th inning. Still scoreless here. The Oulu softball field. As Paisley Sims to lead things off over 2. She flied out to left in the 2nd. Line to 3rd in the 4th. As Sims steps up. As Villanueva starting her 7th inning. They're on the mound here. As both pitchers have pitched extremely well in this one. That's the left and foul. 0-1 the count now to Sims. Sims, Miranda Martinez, and Mary Villarreal due up. In the top of the 7th. Saints trying to get back to 500 at 5-5. Saw Ross trying to get to 3-1. The 0-1 pitch coming. And that's going to find its way to left field. So the leadoff is aboard here in the 7th inning. And so that will bring up Miranda Martinez, who's 0 for 2. So Veronica Rodriguez, the courtesy runner for Saul Ross, freshman from El Paso. As Martinez takes into the box. Puts out the bunt there, missing strike, 0-1 the count to Martinez. Almost one strike. Martinez. And the pitch. And bunted foul. The count 0-2 now. It's Villanueva ahead of the hitter. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2. Left 9. Charging and rolls it in. 1 away. So 1 out now as Mary bench hitting coming up as Alex Jones coming up to the plate. So Alex James, the freshman from Midland, Texas, coming in. The pinch hitting duties here with a runner at first and 1 out here in the top half of the 7th inning. That's going to be a low ball, 1-0 the count to Alex James. Pitch. It's Estrada. 1 away, will not be able to turn it, but gets the lead runner. 2 down. So the DP coming up is Abby Alvarado, who's 0 for 2. Steps up with 2 outs and a runner at first here. pitch. For ball 1-0 the count to Alvarado. One ball, no strikes. The pitch. Low on that one, 2-0. The count on Alvarado. Alvarado grounded out to the circle back in the third. Reached base on an error back in the fifth inning. The 2-0 pitch coming from Villanueva. Called strike, 2-1. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Low. Count 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. And a called strike there. The count is full, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first here. Top of the 7th. And the line, fair ball. Headed towards the corner. Rounding third is James. Throw to the plate is not in time. Not going to go to third. Out at third, 3 outs, but not before the run scores. So we will head to the bottom of the 7th. Saints need to come back. They're trailing 1-0. You're watching Saints softball on the Olu Saints Network at KSAT.com. And welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. Do or die for the Saints here as they trail 1-0 here. As the DP, Clarissa Santos up. Santos walked in the second, singled up the middle in the 4th. 357 on the year. It looks at the first pitch for a strike, 0-1 to count. Walls 1 strike. Santos, Valderrama, and Estrada due up. The 0-1. That'll hit her. So leadoff is aboard. So a runner aboard now. The tie and run at first. And Terry Valderrama to the plate. There's 0 for 1. It's a bunt down right to third. Advancing to second is Santos on the sac bunt. So one away. So the tied run is now at second with one out. And that brings up Jennifer Estrada to the plate. And Estrada 0 for 1. And the pitch, Estrada sends that one right side, going to be foul. And 0-1 the count here. So Estrada struck out swinging back in the second. 261 hitter on the year. Watches that one 0-2. Santos at second, one out. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That one going to find his way into left field. Santos rounding third. Throw to going to be safe. Throw to second, safe. And we're tied at 1. So Estrada picking up her 7th RBI of the season. Santos scores the tying run. Now the winning run is at second with 1 out. And coming up to bat here as Deandra Vera, the freshman from Uvalde, is coming up to the plate here. So the freshman with a chance to be the hero here with the winning run at second and 1 out here at the bottom of the 7th inning. Tied at 1. As both Miranda Martinez and Felicity Villanueva as we come here. Sveta steps up here. Pinch hitting time. As the umpire setting up the make sure you follow the Saints on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Use the hashtag Olu Softball. For more information on Saints activities, go to the website www.olusaintsathletics.com. Savannah now steps into the box finally. The runner at
Dembley is the starting point guard, the 6'1 senior out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. My goodness, is he talented, averaging 22 points a game. That's second best in the conference. He leads the Lone Star in threes made with 79 of them. Miles Washington will also start, the transfer from Mississippi State in his final year, 9 points a game and nearly 6 rebounds. We'll see Donovan Carlisle as well. He's a 6'8 junior, originally out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He's a transfer from Denver University. Malik Anderson will start, another transfer out of Southwest Tennessee Community College. And then freshman Fernandez Jones will also go, the freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia. Man, that's the popular thing with them. 7 of the 10 active players that are here for UTBB, they are transfers. There are 3 freshmen that play, but only 1 returning player back from last year's 14 and 15 team. For the St. Mary's Rattlers, Jim Zelznick, now in year number 15, will go with Caleb Jordan, the 6-foot sophomore out of Midlothian, Texas. We saw Caleb have a quiet game on Thursday in the victory. Kobe McGee, averaging 13 points and 5 assists, has had a double-digit game of 10 points or more in 12 straight, 15 points or more in 8 of those 12 games. Marquise Houston, who had a team-high 20 on Thursday, also goes. Emmanuel Awuzie will also be out there on deck. Emmanuel's got 30 rebounds in the last 4 games. He had a big game, 7 points and 11 rebounds on Thursday in the victory. And Lamont Traylor, the Las Vegas, Nevada product, averaging 6 points and 5 rebounds. Lamont has shot better than 50% in 7 of his last 8 games. This is a big one for the Rattlers and Falcons each. The Rattlers, as we mentioned, they're 7-11 in conference play. They got to find a way to win some games down the stretch, not only to get into the tournament, but obviously positioning is going to be big. And I think when you score 101 points, you have some confidence coming out of it. Coach Zelznick, we talked with him, and he said, look, we did some good things. Offensively, we were pretty good, but I wanted us to get better. We need to have the effort on defense, and that's the big thing for him because he knows that UTPB can score. I mean, this is if ever there was a place that you wanted to call Transfer U, Texas Permian Basin's men's basketball program has that. Now, that's good and bad. You know, Coach Newman has done a good job trying to pick up a couple of guys that can coach on the floor, but also be freshmen and really grow the program. But in large part, he's really had to go the transfer route, and he's got some really good transfers. Carson Newsom, another one of his guys who just got hurt a couple weeks ago, was another Division I transfer. Pat Dembley, he's a Boise State transfer. As a tip and a toss is one. St. Mary starts with it first. They will go right to our left. They're in the home whites. Permian Basin in the orange. I tell you, for St. Mary's, felt really good for them to pick up a home victory, play really well, and shoot well against a Lone Star opponent. That's what happened on Thursday en route to the victory over Western New Mexico. Lamont Traylor working inside, goes up strong. The right hand is no good. Awuzie trying for the tip-in. Ball ricochets. It comes all the way out, and it's finally pulled in by Fernandez Jones for UTPB. The Falcons, one of the best scoring teams. They're third in the conference, only behind St. Ed's and West Texas A&M. They gave the Hilltoppers some problems on Thursday, but ultimately didn't quite have it as Caleb Jordan steals the ball away, drops it off in there to a flush chance for Lamont Traylor. Lamont missed the dunk. Oh, that was about as good as you can run the weave as Dembley's fouled on the other end and will shoot 2 free throws. And Bubba Miles still got his hands on his head. Bubba can't believe that. I mean, that was great court vision. Caleb to Kobe and then Lamont. And Lamont had a chance to really energize the crowd. Instead, kind of just everybody's sort of looking, going, did that just happen? Kind of a tough go as Dembley looking for his first 2 of the game. His toss is good. He is averaging 8 free throws a game. That's his 213th, by the way. One of the lead at the top of the conference again. Young man that was at Boise State last year. He was the backup point guard. Played a lot of games. Averaged just under 5. Was a junior college All-American at Iowa Western Community College. Thought Boise would be a good home. It really wasn't, and was actually more in trouble than he was off the court than he was on it. Caleb Jordan with it. His team down 2. Drops it off. Emmanuel Awuzie pulls up. Missed the 15-footer. Lamont Traylor wrestled the ball away, and we got a jump ball tie-up. Alternating possession in favor of Texas Permian Basin. The Rattlers, as we mentioned, they've won back-to-back games. Chance to go for 3 in a row. Feels like forever since that has happened for this Rattler basketball club, but it has before, and the opportunity sits. They won 3 in a row against Cameron, Midwestern, and International back in January. But coming down the stretch, they got to get some W's. That's plain and simple what it's all about right now. Inside the lane, the layup is up and good. Donovan Carlisle, the transfer out of Denver, knocks that one up and in. 4-0 start for Texas Permian Basin. Talked to Coach Z as well about, the athletic ability. This might be the most talented team guy for guy for Texas Permian Basin. You know how good St. Ed's is. You know how good West Texas A&M is. But UTPB has a lot of guys that can do a lot. Look out down the stretch as Anderson kicks the ball out. Corner right, 3-pointer is well short of the iron. Ball trickles and is saved behind the hat before Marquise Houston picks it up for the Rattlers of St. Mary's. They're down 4. They push it. Does Marquise. Rattlers have missed their first 4 shots, and finally, number 5 goes up and in. Good job to find that one and finish it off. Caleb Jordan with his first 2 of the game. But, you talk about individual talent. It's really good to be able to have that, but it really becomes, what does that change over to? You got individually a lot of guys that are really good. Where have they matured to play at this particular set as we got a reaching foul on St. Mary's? Rattlers get called for that foul. That'll be their second. Underneath. They get Lamont Traylor for that foul. But, again, you go back to it for the Rattlers. Got to find a way. Got to find a way to win some games. It's a challenging stretch all the way back down. Inbounds comes into Miles Washington. Can you look at the Falcons? How do they work together? Well, they have worked very well, but they don't play great defense. Traveling is the call as Jones moved the pivot foot and will give the basketball up. Falcons average 15 turnovers per game. That was another area St. Mary's wanted to clean up coming into this afternoon's game. Rattlers, despite throwing up 101 points and winning the game the other night, they committed 20 turnovers. That was the most, some of the most that they have had in the new year. Awuzie's got it inside the lane. Emmanuel's not looking to attack, and Coach Z puts his hand on the table and says, come on, freshman, got to get it. Marquise Houston, deep three, too strong, as that rebound is wrestled and won by Malik Anderson. Falcons push it, layup attempt at the other end. Donovan Carlisle, that's way too easy, and he's got his second bucket of the game, 6-2. First 3 minutes of action here from Bill Greehey Arena in San Antonio as Gaspert and Eisenhower have the jerseys off. They're ready to check in. Also, Adam Rivera will come in as Awuzie is blocked inside, but fouled first, it looks like, and Emmanuel will head to the line for 2 free throws. Emmanuel's done a good job. He's been more aggressive in his last couple of games. We mentioned he had 7 points. He had 11 rebounds, which tied his season high. But, the big thing for him is, 32 knows he's got such good talent around him. He's got to still be willing to go get his. Such an unselfish player, which is a good thing for him and the reason why he sees so much more time out there. But it's important for him, again, when he catches the ball in the lane and there's a zone against him, he's got to attack it right away. Adam Rivera checks in, so he'll be out there officially. Eisenhower's trying to come in as Awuzie misses the free throw, so he has to stay out there. M's still trying to work on being more consistent, but 10 of 34 right now from 15 feet away with the clock stopped. Caleb Jordan, heard about it a little bit. He was looking forward to taking on Pat Dembley today. Second leading scorer in the conference. Right side right now with Mike Washington. He dropped the ball off, and Washington and Rivera missed each other. That's a turnover. That's already the 4th on UTPB. Glad to have you with us here in San Antonio. This Lone Star Conference matchup. The Falcons are 9th. St. Mary's is 12th. The teams in this particular spot, there's minimal separation. The Rattlers really could win the game, would vault up to 9th place. That's how close everything is. As Gaspert gives the ball back out. Dylan Eisenhower, 15-footer on the right side, missed it. Ball is tipped. Eisenhower picks it up. Colby McGee wide open. 3 is up and good. Nice job by McGee to knock down the tray. That's his 56th. That leads second on the team. He's in the top 5. 3-pointers made. Him, Marquise Houston, and Caleb Jordan are all up there in that conversation per game. Kobe's had a really nice league season. Rattlers pull back within 1 after falling down 6-1 early. Rivera holds. Hands the ball off to Dembley. Averaging 22 per game. He drives, and Marquise Houston picks it up. Marquise has got 2-on-2 with Dylan Eisenhower, who leans in with the right hand, throws it off the window too strong. Loose ball on the rebound. Gaspard trying to grab it, can't get it. And Rivera pulls it away for the UTPB Falcons. Now the Rattlers had a good look out there at the cup, but just couldn't quite finish it. We talked about St. Mary's, despite trailing and overcoming their first halftime deficit of the season and winning. They were able to shoot the ball well. Not a great start today. They're 2 of 10. Meanwhile, Permian Basin is 3 of 5. They hit another 3, and they're back out to a 9-5 advantage. Stoppage of play coming momentarily for our media stop as Gaspard throws the ball away. That was not a good pass. Jones at the other end lays it up and in. That's too easy, and Coach Zelznick is not happy on the bench with his guys. Doesn't want to use a timeout, but that's a back-to-back hoops that are set up by a miss by St. Mary's and 2 turnovers. Kobe McGee trying to settle it down a little bit, gives the ball out to Caleb Jordan. Caleb works it around the arc right. Back against the man-to-man as Kobe steps in, hand in his face, and Kobe McGee feeling it. He's got 6 on back-to-back trays on his 2 touches. And the Rattlers hold within 3 points, 11-8. 14-12 to play, approaching the 6-minute mark here of this first half. First 6 minutes in as the ball held out there by Dembley, and Dembley lost it off of Caleb Jordan, and that'll take us to a timeout. 14:03 to play. It's 11-8. Rattlers trailing by 3 to Texas Permian Basin. We're back after this 60-second timeout on the Lone Star Conference Network.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
We've been around for a while, and we know how to build a fresher pizza. A real pizza. One made with real fresh and real flavor. A pizza made with different toppings and the unique taste from our culture. And of course, a commitment to better, fresher dough and ingredients. We built a pizza culture where you can fill up on flavor without emptying your wallet. A culture that is quickly becoming the flavor of the neighborhood. Real fresh, real flavor. That's Pizza Patron.
Welcome back to Bill Greehey Arena. 14:03 to play. Rattlers going to get a 2-for-1 timeout. Again, the first 6 minutes nearly going by. It's 11-8. St. Mary's just 3 of 11 shooting. They've missed a couple of easy ones. Missed an easy dunk and a layup right up at the front of the court. And so far, just trying to get that easy rhythm. Missed a couple of easy ones. Now they have to find a way to work from behind. Inside on the drive is Malik Anderson. He'll give the ball back out wide. Donovan Carlisle's had a good start. Rivera, big fella, shooting the long-distance shot. Missed it. Rebound to the Falcons inside as Anderson, a lot of steps, does not get that shot to go. And St. Mary's will take over. That's already 5 turnovers for the third highest scoring team in the Lone Star Conference. But you look at the record, 15-12. A big reason for that, they don't play great defense. Team defense is inconsistent. You know, they're going to score a lot. They've scored more than 99 times. They've won 7 of them. Dylan Eisenhower finds himself wide open inside the lane, kicks it back out. Kobe McGee, three-pointer too strong. As Houston, an offensive rebound, the third of the game for St. Mary's. Caleb Jordan driving, one-handed shot in the lane is good. Nice drive by Caleb Jordan. That's his second bucket of the game. And the Rattlers keep it within 1. And again, you know, you don't have to shoot 40, 50% every game, but you know, if you're not, you better be playing really good defense. As Matt got caught on his feet, fortunate Rivera didn't jump into him. Off on the left side, 7 minutes into this first half. Long distance three is up and good. Donovan Carlisle with 36 of those this season. Make it 26 of those. 35% three-point shooter. He can range. But, you know, I was talking to Josh Newman a little bit before this game, and I said, man, you must be doing something right if you're grabbing a couple of kids at Denver University, grabbing some really smart guys. As Kobe McGee answers with a 2 on the other end. He's got a couple of dudes out there that'll play. Elvin Rodriguez, who will play at some point later. A couple guys that did not like their homes, but he's really used that transfer portal to the best of his abilities. Rivera scores, the assist up top. That time from one Elvin Rodriguez. 16-12. Here at the 12:15 mark of half number 1. Kobe McGee with it, steps into the 3, straight on, and Kobe McGee feeling it from downtown to begin this game. He's got 11. Kobe showing flashes of some earlier games, maybe that Lubbock Christian game where he had a career-high 32. Open shooter on the left side, this time too strong. Off of the edge from Washington. Or make that Hernandez, beg your pardon. And Kobe McGee calling for Caleb Jordan to come over and get the basketball at the 11:45 mark. Rattlers have not led yet. They're down 1. Eisenhower wide open underneath. Gaspard underneath, blocked and then fouled. And we'll wait and see. This looked like Carlisle had a clean block, but he got bumped. That time did Matt Gaspard. He'll shoot free throws on the other side of this timeout. By 1 are the Falcons, 16-15 leading the St. Mary's Rattlers. We're back after this timeout on the Lone Star Conference Network.
Cover-ups. KSAT's defenders don't just track down those at fault.
We do more. We hold them accountable.
Depend on the defenders to dig deeper, to ask the tough questions,
and to get the answers you deserve.
But was there ever a point where you started having concerns?
You are not a charitable organization.
Months of investigation.
We'll take it on.
Confronting the powerful.
We're there.
Facts matter, and San Antonio deserves the truth. Expect the defenders to hold them accountable.
Back in San Antonio, the Rattlers trailing Texas Permian Basin 16-15. Andrew Stossmeister back. Rattlers trying to find a way to win some games down the stretch. This, including today, 4 to go. Rattlers currently in 12th place. Their win on Thursday helped move them up. But we talk about the standings and where they sit. They are a half a game out of a tie for 10th. Eastern New Mexico, Oklahoma Christian, both at 7 and 10. UTPB is the next team up there at 8 and 10. As Matt Gaspert's free throw is short. Get one more, but that's why every game means so much. I mean, there are 2 log jams in this league. West Texas A&M, St. Ed's, they're kind of on their own. Kingsville has actually really built themselves a nice deal. And remember, that's the game St. Mary's played well and darn near came out of Kingsville with the victory. That's been maybe the most impressive team to me that you didn't know about coming into this season. As Matt misses both. Eisenhower steals the ball away underneath and is fouled. Nice play by Dylan Eisenhower. He'll attempt 2 free throws. But, you look at it again. I mean, with the Rattlers having 4 left, let's say you win 2 of them. I mean, that probably puts you at 9 wins, which could be anywhere from 9th to 12th, even possibly 13th, depending on what Fort Smith does. They're on the outside looking in. They are a game back of everybody. And then the next grouping, where Angelo all the way to Tarleton all have 10 to 12 wins. I mean, there's a lot to be decided in the last 2 weeks of the season. It's going to be fun, but it's not going to be a lot of fun if you're the team that's not winning basketball games. You're going to find yourselves in an uncomfortable spot. By the way, that West Texas A&M St. Ed's thing, like we talked about, St. Ed's is the only team to beat West Texas A&M. They have cruised out to a 24-1 start as the easy two-handed flush in there is good from Miles Washington. He almost looked like he didn't want to hit the rim. He jumped so high. Easy finish for him there. Rattlers trying to get back and find something on their accord. 9 minutes into this first half. They have led for less than 10 seconds. Eisenhower working inside. The sophomore scores. Nice move by the sophomore out of Abilene. Give the lead back to St. Mary's, 19-18. 10:50 to go here in half number 1. Working in the end to our right, Elvin Rodriguez drops it off over. A good pass to Washington, and he skies. And that's where you can see it. Washington's got 4. The Falcons, so much athleticism. I mean, it's unbelievable to see what they have out there. I mean, they got a lot of guys. As Dembley is back in, Eisenhower drops it off underneath, and Awuzie lays it up and in. Nice job by Emmanuel. The assist out there up top from one Dylan Eisenhower is Jaron Presley and Zach Keller getting their minutes for the first time today. Zach had a real nice game on Thursday in the victory. Career numbers across the board. As Dembley works on that right side. Underneath, trying to get it into Washington. Steps back, 8-footer, he missed it. Zach Keller's got the rebound with 2 hands. Good job by Zach. Done a good job staying with it, and the minutes have really increased for him as of late. Rattlers have made 5 of their last 6. Their lead is 1. We're halfway through this first half. Caleb Jordan asking for the basketball, comes and gets it. Remember, Caleb's got to go back and play point guard now as Kobe McGee sits. Kobe's been hot. He's got 11 game high. Presley with 8 to shoot. Back to Keller. Zach feeling his way out, drives, gives it back out. Jordan, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Has to force it up. Ball hits nothing, but the backboard. And St. Mary's gives it up. That's their second turnover of the game, and that's a moment for Zach Keller. You think, okay, hey, you're out there with Caleb Jordan. He's more of his backup, if you will, one of the 3 guys that comes in behind him. That you're looking to, okay, I'm going to give it to my guy, my older, experienced guard to take that shot when Keller should have been the guy to do so. Adam Rivera's got it inside, working on Eisenhower. Try for 2 is off. Rebound St. Mary's. Rattlers right now even with the Falcons in terms of rebounds, but they have the 1-point advantage. Jordan, Keller, Presley, Eisenhower, and Awuzie running around in the white jerseys right now as Keller turns the ball over. It's free at midcourt. Caleb Jordan's trying to get out of the way as Mike Washington picks it up underneath. Shot missed that time by Rodriguez. Couldn't get the ball back. Rodriguez a little out of control as he came down court. The other transfer from the University of Denver. UTPB, they've missed their last couple of shots, but they're still hot, 8 of 15 from the field. They sit 15-12 overall. Again, 8 league victories. They lost at St. Ed's by 13 as Awuzie inside hangs. Can't get the shot to go, but he'll get a chance to shoot 2 free throws, and a good-looking try right there from the St. Mary's Rattlers. As everybody going over to chat, they're going to let Emmanuel shoot some foul shots. M at the line again is 0 for 2. Chance right here for 2 shots as the first one is up, and it is good. Woozy has been working on that. Every time I come by the facility on days when the team is not out of town, it sure seems like Emmanuel's shooting. And he stopped. He's oftentimes will be working down low, and then he's doing more as Woozier makes both free throws. Look at that. See, that's exactly what you're talking about. The whole team wasn't there. They were talking to Coach Z and Bubba Meyer, essentially using the timeout, and you're obviously not getting the rebound if you miss, but Emmanuel makes the 2 of them. Large lead of the game right now for St. Mary's as Rivera was coming through hard with the dunk. Could not finish before the foul was called. Good foul by St. Mary's if you look at it from that perspective. 8:14 to play here in this first half. Rattlers by 3. They've made 5 of their last 6. Permian Basin without points in their last 2.5. As that continues, at least for the moment, as Miles Washington was fouled. And you look all the way up and down the lineup, and Josh Newman will talk about this with you, that he's got a lot of athleticism. He loves the way he matches up, and I know that his group really went into Austin hoping they could kind of slide in and steal one from St. Ed's at home, but it just hasn't quite happened yet. It's been a tough go with everything that is going on, but they are talented. It's just getting them all to play together and play for one another. When they do that, good things have certainly happened. As Miles Washington attempts one more. He's got 5 in the game. Leading scorer is Jones. Ready for number 2. Short rebound, Dylan Eisenhower. That's Dylan's 5th. That leads St. Mary's. Rattlers by 2, 8:05 to play, half number 1. Keller draws some contact and will work it back out to Caleb Jordan against that 1-3-1 right now. See how the Rattlers handle that. They look a little bit confused. Keller on the left wing. Rolls it back around. Who's going to attack that 1-3-1? Presley at 6. Travels. Jaron doesn't think he traveled with it. He did. He moved his pivot foot, and he's frustrated as Coach Zelznick looking over to the guy saying, hey, got to stop there. They're trying to work that backdoor tunnel. 7:46 to play. We've got a timeout. It's 23-21. St. Mary's back after this timeout on the Lone Star Conference Network. .46 to play in half number 1. Rattlers have a 2-point lead over the visiting Falcons of Texas Permian Basin. This is the 24th meeting all time between these two programs. The Rattlers have the slight edge 13-10, including a win in last year's meeting in Laredo, played in the non-conference tournament. They won 75-71. That was a nice win at that time for the Rattlers, but Permian Basin has won 4 of the last 6, including the last 3 games played here in San Antonio. That's important to keep in mind. They're not too worried, but of the current roster, nobody actually played in that game that was here a couple of years ago. It's been a little while. I think Jones dropped it. He ends up giving it up underneath, and the layup try no good, followed by Rivera. Good job underneath after picking up the Miles Washington miss. And it's tied once again. Third tie of this first half. 7:20 to go. Zach Keller, Marquise Houston subbing back in. Dylan Eisenhower, Caleb Jordan, and Emmanuel Lawuzier right now trying to dissect the latest of the zones. Inside, Eisenhower caught at the free throw line, killed his dribble, has to give it back to Zach Keller. Keller looking for the step back on the left baseline, off mark left, as the ball is alive and well for the Falcons. They try to push down court, laying it up and in. That time as Rodriguez tried to hit the deck, draw some contact, didn't get the shot to go. And he's frustrated in that respect. Remains tied. Rattlers have missed their last few shots. It feels like they have not hit a field goal in 3 minutes and 50 seconds now. Houston underneath. Over to Woozier. Emmanuel is blocked. Nice job by Rivera. That's his 16th block of the year. Adam Rivera's got a long, lengthy frame to him. He is a post player, but really is a three-point shooting guy. Actually started his career at Arkansas Fort Smith. Knew Coach Newman well and followed him over. He's the only guy that was a returning player from last year's team that's even active right now. That three is off from Dembley, who's had a very quiet start. That's his first shot, it looks like, officially of the game. He's missed. Got fouled earlier, I thought, but I think they waxed that off on the scoreboard. Turnaround try for Dylan Eisenhower, who misses, as Emmanuel Awuzie lands awkwardly. Still tied at 23. Both teams without buckets in the last 4 minutes, and that's over. Pat Dembley scores. Scored 20 or more in 17 games. Of those 17, 5 times have been more than 30. He had a 42-point game earlier this season, which checking, I believe, is the most by a player this year in the Lone Star. Not quite sure. He's off, definitely the top 2. I know Ashton Spears had 1 early on this season as that ball goes out of bounds off of Adam Revere, trying to hold down Dylan Eisenhower, but seen a 1-3-1, seen a 2-3 matchup that has given St. Mary's some trouble. Kobe McGee comes back in. Kobe was hot to start this game. I don't know why he was out necessarily, but just getting some usual rest. As Coach Zelznick trying to rotate through. He's got 9-10 guys right now. He really wants to play if they can stay out of foul trouble. Eisenhower works it out to Kobe. 8 on the shot clock. McGee working one-on-one. Pull up in front of Fernando Jones is short and a foul away from the shot. And it's on Texas Permian Basin. And, you know, that's one of those things coaches sometimes will say, don't step in front and take away a guy that's in rhythm. Kobe McGee in rhythm to start this game as Keller goes out. Lamont Traylor subs in his place. Lamont got blocked early on and has not found a shot, missed that early dunk. You know, they love using that from Lamont. Got a lot of talent as Kobe McGee drives, kicks it out. Eisenhower. Back to Marquise. Permian Basin guarding the three-point line pretty well, but not Jaron Presley, who's wide open and hits his 21st three of the season. Good hit right there from Jaron. He has hit 10 of his last 18 field goal tries. Good job by the freshman out of Katy, continuing to stay with it. Left side, Rivera left open from downtown. He hits for the second time in this game. They actually called his first one a two-pointer, but he's got that range. That is his 32nd triple of the year. Back to a 2-point lead for UTPB. Neither team getting a lot of separation yet. Is Eisenhower, that time blocked by Rivera. That's good effort on both ends by 25 in the orange jerseys running up and down court. Texas Permian Basin 15-12. The Rattlers are 11-13. One of their last 4 games to go for both teams. Dembley well guarded. 3-pointers up and good in front of Kobe McGee. It's an interesting matchup against 2 guys that were at the Division I level last year. Dembley at Boise State. Kobe McGee at Texas El Paso. Here's Lamont Traylor inside the lane. Goes up strong. He missed the shot. Rebound deflects. Marquise Houston will pick it up. Good job by Marquise to have that awareness. That's the same play we were talking about with Emmanuel Awuzie earlier. You got to go for it. Good find by Eisenhower. Houston is open from downtown, and the Rattlers hit their 5th three of this first half, and spite a 6-0 run from Texas Permian Basin. Back to a 2-point game with 3:30 to play in this first half. Fans, don't forget to join us at halftime. We'll talk to Jason Martins. A very happy victory earlier today as Malik Anderson lays it up and in. Another playing time guy that's really gone up with some of the injuries. UTPB has been banged up, and they have missed some folks. As they take the ball away, Rivera, good job out there teaming up with Malik Anderson, the Jonesboro, Arkansas native. Working with it out top to Pat Dembley. 3 minutes to go in this first half, 33-29. Both teams have been efficient on offense. UTPB a little bit better, and there's the skill outside. Time from Jones. And that's why he's playing more. That's his 27th three of the season, first of this game. Make it his second, I beg your pardon. 6-point lead matches the large lead as Marquise Houston misses that three. And it's slowed up now by Hernandez. UTPB has had a little bit better 4-minute stretch. St. Mary's 2 for 11. The Falcons have hit their last 5 shots. That time it's off, but they chase down another offensive rebound. Rattlers are running the other way already. Out wide. Hernandez taking his time back out to Pat Dembley, who's now got 5 points. Didn't take a shot in the first 12 minutes of this game. Rivera finally catches, working on Lamont Traylor. 2 to shoot. Fading 2 is off, and Dylan Eisenhower will pick up his 7th rebound of the game. Rebounds +2 right now for St. Mary's, but just a little bit off in the last 4 minutes. Haven't been able to get the finish that they'd like. The shots are there. Eisenhower catches wide open. You can see that 15-foot line is just wide open right now against that zone. And you just see it. Who's ever at that foul line is going to have some chances. McGee trying to find some separation. Back out to Marquis, straight on for 3. It's up too strong. Rebound to Kobe McGee. And St. Mary's Rattlers will keep it. They are down 7 with 80 seconds to go. Entry pass, and that time Kobe thought either Lamont or Eisenhower would cut. Neither one of them do, and a timeout is taken by UTPB. We'll stay here with it right now with 75 seconds to go, but you just tell there's just a couple of things that haven't really been working as well as you'd like them to for the Rattlers on the offensive end. Taking a look at some of the scores going on around the league. Let's go ahead and take a look at the women's basketball scores that are finished up. International beats Kingsville today. Lubbock over Oklahoma Christian. Angelo over Fort Smith by a point, 73-72. That's a nice win by the Rambellas. Late St. Ed's throws up 100 on Western New Mexico in their victory. Commerce leads against against Cameron. And then the other games, Eastern New Mexico beats Tarleton State. Commerce and Cameron, they're just getting underway on the men's side. A lot of other men's games are getting underway. We'll get to those scores probably here at halftime. We're also going to talk with head coach Jason Martins and talk to him right after or right as soon as we get started with halftime. So that'll be pretty cool. We'll also catch up. We got some students that are doing some different things around the arena and out of the baseball field. We'll have some thoughts from them as well. But right now, 75 seconds to play in this first half. It's 36-29, a little bit different than the Rattlers and all the offense that they had yesterday in the first half. Again, the 101 points on Thursday, second most this season, but by far their most against a Lone Star opponent this year. Out of the timeout, Texas Permian Basin will have the basketball. Anderson will inbound it, see how these two teams execute down the stretch. Not many fouls, combined 9 in the first 18-plus minutes. Dembley working with it right now. He's in the orange jersey for the Falcons, and UTPB is – Dembley got tripped, didn't get a foul call with it. St. Mary's runs the floor. Kobe McGee laid it up. Oh, he missed it right underneath. Can't believe he missed it. Ball is still free before it's finally thrown up and out of bounds, and it's off of St. Mary's. Kobe not happy. And I tell you, Kobe had hit 4 of his first 5 shots, came out. He's missed his last 3. Lost that rhythm that he had early on. 54.5 seconds to go. Rattlers in a mini scoring drought right now. They haven't scored in the last 2:47. Dembley, you can see the skill that he possesses. He has had some nice-looking drives here today already. Hernandez with it. Around to Rivera. Back now to Dembley. Jordan's guarded him most of this game and has done a pretty good job. Ball deflected into the backcourt. Shot clock is at 10. Dembley working on Caleb Jordan behind the back, across his body, gets it out, over to Rodriguez. Three-pointer too strong, and Matt Gaspard has his first rebound of the game. Caleb Jordan pushes down court. He lays it up and in. A lot of contact, but the shot is good. Good job by Caleb, not waiting for a foul call to happen. A lot of contact. Ball goes back and forth, and it's getting physical out there. 12 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. 5-point game. Kobe McGee with it. 7 seconds on the clock. Steps into the three-pointer from downtown. He missed it. Too strong. Washington the board as that ball is coming over here and out of bounds as the clock hits zeros. That'll do it for an odd end to the first half. 36-31. UTPB has got the lead. We're going to go over to Anna, who's over with Ed in the corner. Take it away, Ed.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
We've been around for a while, and we know how to build a fresher pizza. A real pizza, one made with real fresh and real flavor. A pizza made with different toppings and the unique taste from our culture. And of course, a commitment to better, fresher dough and ingredients. We built a pizza culture where you can fill up on flavor without emptying your wallet. A culture that is quickly becoming the flavor of the neighborhood. Real fresh, real flavor. That's Pizza Patron.
Welcome back here to Bill Greehey Arena. It's 36-31 at halftime. We're going to get to Coach Martins here momentarily, but Anna's hanging out, seeing what's going on. Anna, what's up? Uh-oh, Anna's still over there. She's not going, she isn't going. Thank you so much, Heather Kennedy. I really appreciate it. All right, we're going to stay right here, and we're going to talk with head coach Jason Martins, who's kind enough to join us. We're having a good time. It was a good day today, Jason. You came out, and I know we were talking about it in the pregame. Get to the rack. Get inside. Go hard to the rim. You guys did a great job. 32 points in the paint today. It's like everything worked the way you planned.
No, we did. I'm really proud of our girls. They executed the game plan, what we wanted to do. We said versus a trapping team, you can be very passive, and I said we can't be that today. We got to attack the basket. We did. We got to the rim, got to the foul line, and then we kicked out threes. Kicked the ball out, and they're stepping into the three, and we were able to knock them down today.
Yeah, we're working inside out. It seemed to be a really good idea. And like you said, you guys come back out. You hit 11 threes, and people are like, oh, man, that's a lot. Well, it's a lot for you guys lately because you've only done that twice in the last 9 games. Remember, you guys were doing that early on this season.
Right. No, this team has that capability of hitting threes, and and that's a big strength of ours. And so for us to not shoot the ball that well on Thursday was definitely surprising. But this is the type of team we are and what we can be when things are clicking.
It's been a roller coaster ride as we talk with Jason Martins. His team wins 81-72. You had to get this one. I mean, plain and simple, what Thursday's loss meant was that there's no more margin for error, but a chance now to continue moving up.
No, for sure. We talked about it. I think we finally secured our place in the conference tournament, and so now it's all about seeding. Where are we going to end up being seeded? Right now I think we're tied for 8th, maybe in 7th. So we want to be that 8th seed or above, so we can get that home playoff game. And we got 3 games down the stretch here, 2 on the road, and got to find a way to get a couple games here.
So was really good today. Obviously, she continues to be very consistent, but the player that impressed me most was Briley Perkins. The willingness to drive, because as soon as she started driving, they ended up going backwards for her.
No, for sure. Briley, has that capability, and people she shoots the 3 so well, so sometimes players think, or coaches think that that's all she has. But, she drove to the basket, she was aggressive, and, got to the rim multiple times, and that was huge.
It's big for her to be able to have that, but not just her. I mean, Sydney shot the ball with confidence today. I thought Bella shot the ball today with confidence. Not high numbers for them, but, we talked about it with your freshmen. They're all critical players, and you're going to have to go with them through the ups and downs.
No, for sure. And that's just growing pains. As they become more consistent, they're going to be, fantastic players for us. And tonight they were. I thought they defended well today. They played complete games. Their stats sheet may not be filled with points, but the little things they did were great today. And, that's growing for them.
I was going to say, I was thinking, man, I can't remember the last time you guys lost the rebounding battle. It's happened now 2 times in the last 16 games, but you guys shoot 50%. You let a little bit of that go.
No, for sure. And I was a little worried about that because this was the first time in a while that we started small. And so, it takes away when you got a 1-2 rebounding punch with Jess and Hannah starting, them being gone, that affected things today.
How big is that to change the lineup, knowing like that you'd see a different team with, 4 games left?
I felt like it was a necessity today. The way that they play, the way we needed to match up with them, we had to do that. And fortunately, we have the versatility to do that.
Well, it's a big win. It feels good at home. 3 more left of this thing. You ready?
No, exactly. It's going to be a tough road trip next week, and then we come back 2 weeks from tonight for senior night, and a big rivalry game versus St. Ed. So hopefully we can take care of business next week and then come back here and have a great rivalry game, on the 29th, and send Lex out with a W at home.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Congrats on the win today, Jason.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Jason Martins kind enough to join us. It's been great to watch his group. We got other stuff going on in the arena. Let's send it on over to you guys. Take it away.
So here with the Rattler Network, where you can find all your St. Mary's athletic games. So unfortunately, we are down 5 points during the halftime, but I know we're going to bounce back up. We do have a great turnout here in the stands. We have a lot of students, so for a Saturday night, that is pretty cool. Hopefully we see more students here in the future, but for now, this is great. It's a great turnout. Hopefully we're going to win. It's been a great game so far. It's been a great game, and St. Mary's, here at the Rattler Network, we're doing a giveaway. So if you come out to the stands and you're one of the students, you can post a picture on your social media, and all you have to do is tag us at the Rattler Network, and you have a chance of winning a raffle and winning a Starbucks gift card. So all you have to do is follow us on social media. We have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So it's really easy, really convenient. Make sure that you follow us so you find out more about all the St. Mary's games. We have also baseball games going on today, and we had 2 basketball games. So make sure you don't miss out on that, because of course you want to be part of the St. Mary's community, and you want to support the athletes. So thank you very much. Back to Andrew. Okay, there you go.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can. And then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Although she can hear me, so. You guys can hear me, huh? Welcome back to Bill Greehey Arena. It's 36-31. Appreciate, again, Anna helping us out, and, of course, Jason Martins for coming by and joining us. St. Mary's women got a nice victory today, 81-72 over UTPB. And as Coach said, they're in the league tournament. That's what counts. That's important. Now they got to find a way to move up, and positioning is everything. 3 games to go. They could potentially get a first-round bye, but they're going to need some help, but obviously they have to win every game as well. So that'll be intriguing to watch as it goes forward. Let's talk about the men's game, though. After 20 minutes of game action, the UTPB Falcons really shot the ball really well, 52% from the field. Only took 27 shots, and I say it that way because they had 7 turnovers, and there was a time where things were really, really moving through, where it looked like they were kind of jumping out, and St. Mary's countered them very well. But I'm sure Coach Z and company in the locker room, it's about, hey, stay with it, because the shots were there, just finishing and obviously trying to handle that 1-3-1 zone and the 2-3. Those were some interesting moments in that first half. First half stats, they look like this. Rattlers shoot 33% from the field. They did hit 5 threes in 12 opportunities. That's not a bad number, 42% for that. 4 of 8 from downtown. They were +2 rebounding in the first half. Texas Permian Basin, 14 of 27, as we mentioned, 5 of 10 from downtown, above 50% in both of those categories. They go 3 of 4 from the foul line. Leading scorers in that first half, Fernandez Jones, the freshman, has 10. 7 for Rivera, 5 each for Washington, and the second leading scorer in the conference, and Pat Dembley, he was honestly pretty quiet. I would expect him to really start to amp it up in half number 2. He's been shooting something like 20 shots a game, so he's got 4 in the first 18 minutes that he played. For St. Mary's, leading scorer is Kobe McGee, who had 11 very quickly, but he missed his last 4 shots of the first half. Caleb Jordan's got 6, 4 points each for Awuzie, and Dylan Eisenhower, Marquise Houston, and Jaron Presley have 3 for the Rattlers. Leading rebounder is Dylan Eisenhower. On the other side, it is Adam Rivera, who has 6. It is halftime here in San Antonio. One final break. Bring you back for the second half. Run the scoreboards on the men's side next. 36-31, UTPB leads St. Mary's. Back with more next on the Lone Star Conference Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Halftime at Bill Greehey Arena. It's 36-31 with the Texas Permian Basin Falcons leading it. Rattlers going to have to try to make it back-to-back games when trailing at halftime. They won on Thursday when trailing by 9. They trail by 5 here at the break. UTPB, when they lead at halftime, they are 12-1 this season. Taking a look around the conference scoreboard as it would sit right now, Texas A&M Commerce leads Cameron at halftime 33-26. Midwestern is hosting Tyler. Tyler fighting hard. They've played with a lot of people this year. They have a 3-point advantage in Wichita Falls right now. St. Ed's leads Western New Mexico by 9 at halftime. Kingsville and International, they play right now. It's 21-16 with the Javelinas having a really good season. They played a great league schedule, as we've talked about. They continue to be strong. West Texas A&M hosting Dallas Baptist. You know, that was a game a lot of people looking forward to. It's in Canyon today, but the Buffs have made quick work of DBU. They have got a 17-point lead at halftime, already 53 points out there for a DBU team that really scores it pretty darn well. Those are the men's scores of games that are going on right now. Because we can, let's go ahead and touch base on the baseball diamond going on right now. Outside, we've seen St. Mary's in action. They forced extra innings in game number 1. That was the good news, but bad news is it did not finish the way that the Rattlers would like, and they're already on into game number 2. West Texas A&M in the bottom of the first inning has got a 1-0 lead, at least at this time, but West Texas ended up winning the first game of the day today at 6-4, so they will get no worse than a split of the series. Here in our game, we've got a 5-point affair between the Falcons and St. Mary's. Last 3 times, we mentioned it, UTPB, they have won the last 3 times here at Bill Greehey Arena. That's the weird part of the aura here. A lot of winning records for St. Mary's. In fact, there's very few teams they do not have that against, but one of them is the Falcons of Texas Permian Basin. Not bad for a team that's still very, very young, as we talked about. 2006, first time they were in Division II. They have rapidly grown as a university, almost 9,000 students now. So they're moving pretty darn fast. All right, here we go for the start of half number 2. Caleb Jordan, Dylan Eisenhower, Marquise Houston, who had a little limited touches in that first half. Kobe McGee and Awuzie out there. Emmanuel for St. Mary's to start half number 2 as Marquise fires a long 3, missed it too strong. Malik Washington has the board. Washington, Carlisle, Anderson, Jones, and Dembley are out there running around in the orange jerseys for the Falcons. Left side right now, Malik Anderson looking for some separation. doesn't see it. How do they get Dembley involved? Rattlers have tried to take him away as Jordan's got the steal. Caleb, it's 3-on-2, but he runs into Eisenhower. Back to Caleb Jordan, stutters on the baseline, goes for the reverse layup, and it's up and in. Caleb Jordan is feeling it tonight. He has got all 4 buckets for himself today. 8 points on the scoreboard. First 50 seconds of action here in half number 2. Rattlers, are they feeling energized from trailing on Thursday at halftime? They seem to be in pretty good shape, and that's impressive with what is going on right now. Rattlers foul on the other end, and this is, I think, where it's going to come down to almost the exact same scenario. Rattlers got to play defense in the second half. I think the offense is okay. It's coming, but can they get stops? That's going to be important for them down the stretch as Miles Washington shoots free throws. Washington 1 of 2 in that first half. That one is no good. He's a 65% free throw shooter. 14 points on Thursday. Double figures in 4 of his last 5. One more coming for the New Albany, Mississippi native. 2 poor misses right there at the line. Former player at Mississippi State. I asked about that a little bit. Said it was a bad fit where he was with the Bulldogs and settled in pretty well for Josh Newman's group. Guy that's averaging 10 a game. Marquise open left corner, 3-pointer, rims up and out. Rebound on the baseline of Uzier's got it. Offensive rebound number 11 for St. Mary's. They're cleaning up the glass really well, and that's where you make up if you're not shooting it 50% or better. Get those second chance points and opportunities. Rattlers had 13 in half number 1. Jordan with it, 5 on the shot clock. There's the screen. Down the lane goes Caleb Jordan. High arcing shot is short. And a rebound away to the Falcons and Malik Anderson. He pushes in the lane. Shot is up and is good. Should have been an and one. Donovan Carlisle finishes. He's got long arms as he looks back at Awuzie going, whoo. That was some contact right there. Houston at the free throw line. Open, drives, loses the ball. Out of bounds turnover. And again, you talk about it. The way the zone sets up when you play that 1-3-1 and or you match up on a zone and switch up, what that matchup zone means, you have your guys that are usually coming out on the guards up top on the wings, and then you're kind of spread out underneath on the baseline, which means there's a big circle from 15 feet to about 8 feet and almost up to the top of the key that there's going to be a lot of room to be able to have some looks. If you got somebody that's got that mid-range game, which, obviously a lot of coaches talk about, it doesn't really exist anymore. Fewer and fewer people have it. That's where it goes away. As Kobe McGee, good-looking steal there. And maybe an even better fake as he drops it off Dylan Eisenhower. Ball fake inside, and the layup's up and in. Good-looking play right there. Defense to offense in the transition game for the Rattlers. They have it back within 3. 8 lead changes in this basketball game. A couple of ties so far. First 2 minutes and 20 seconds gone. Right now up top, Malik Anderson drives, and that ball is out of his hands. I think it was knocked free from behind. Emmanuel Awuzie had knocked it out as St. Mary's going back the other way. It's like, that's our ball, right? Eisenhower, good sell, like it was there. And now both Dylan and Emmanuel are going the other direction. And I think Noah Lang is going to sub in real quick. Noah Lang is going to get his first minutes of tonight's game. Hey, fans, can't get enough of your Rattlers? Download the Fang St. M's Fan Rewards app today. You can check and earn points and redeem prizes. It's that easy. Available on Google Play and the App Store. Sign up now and show your Rattler pride. Falcons with it right now. Mike Washington working on Marquise Houston. Missed the shot. Marquise pulls in the rebound. That's the second of the game for Marquise. Jordan back to Houston inside the lane. Kicks it around to Lang. Back out to a wide open Caleb Jordan who's off the spot. But Marquise and Emmanuel collide with one another, and somehow Marquise gets an offensive foul. I wouldn't see that as much, but I can understand it some. But that's also where you hope a couple guys talk to each other a little bit better. Playing, game number 25 now. Feel a little bit more like you know where everybody's at as Dylan Eisenhower receives treatment over on the bench. Looked like he might have broke a finger. Got to bend it back the other direction. Dylan's going, ouch. Doesn't feel good. Pat Dembley and the Falcons to work. Remember, this is the 3rd highest scoring offense in the league, but the 2nd worst defense in Texas Permian Basin. Inside the lane, Washington around the world to Carlisle. Back out for 3, and Donovan Carlisle hits his 2nd 3 of the game. 26 on the season now. Back up to a 6-point game. Rattlers trailed by 5 at halftime. 3:40 into the second half. Lang back out to Caleb. Around to Kobe McGee. Three-point try is too strong. And a rebound inside. Miles Washington's got it. UTPB likes to get out and run, and that time it was ugly. Ugly indeed. 16:06 to go. Falcons have split their last 8 games, and, we talked about it a little bit, but this is a team that, man, they're fantastic when they're in Odessa. When they're outside of Odessa, they are 3-9. At home, 12-3, one of the best home records in the league, outside of West Texas A&M and St. Ed's, who haven't lost a whole lot there. Rattlers with a quick try inside. And again, that's another one of those shots that you can see Coach Z, Coach Bubba over there just kind of going, are we just not going to get that today? What are we going to do? Because there have been a lot of point-blank spots that just haven't been there. As Dembley elevates, missed the long three. Rivera wins the rebound and lays it up and in. Good-looking play by a 6'7" junior who's sprawled out on the court. He's got to hustle back to the other direction. He's calling for his guy. Caleb Jordan trips over the basketball and steps out of bounds. 15:24 to play. We've got a timeout on the deck, but we've got a lot of stuff going on in the arena. Let's go see what Anna's up to. What's going on, Anna?
Hi, okay, thank you, Andrew. So we're here up at the stands with a fan. So what's your name?
Zane Smith.
Okay, so what brings you out here to the St. Mary's basketball game?
I have a few friends on the team, so I try to make it out as much as I can to support the team. And so it's the weekend, there's not much to do on campus, so I figured I'd come out.
Oh, that's a great point. It's a great place to be in the weekend, especially to everybody that's here in the dorms. So who's your friend on the team?
Jaron Presley.
Oh, that's cool. How do you think he's playing so far?
They're doing pretty well. We're a little bit behind right now, but hopefully we'll get it together and catch back up. I have faith.
Is this your first basketball game?
No, I've been to pretty much all of them this season, so I'm here a lot.
Oh, that's cool. Have you gone to any other athletic games?
I've been to a few of the soccer games, and then I'm hoping to start to go to the baseball games as well.
Oh, that's really cool. They had a back-to-back game tonight, so.
Yeah, I wasn't able to make it, but maybe tomorrow.
I know, and hopefully they win. I know we're down by a little bit, but it'll be okay. So thank you so much for coming out and talking to us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
And remember to follow us at Rattler Network. And Andrew, back to you. Thank you.
Good work up there, Anna. 15:24 to play. We're in the second half. Rattlers are trailing 43-35. The Rattlers would like to thank Raising Cane's, the official chicken finger of Rattler Athletics. You can treat yourself after the game by heading to their restaurant located at 7020 Bandera Road in the Leon Valley. Rattlers have to talk about some offensive tips here in the timeout. They're 2 of 8 to start half number 2. Texas Permian Basin 3 of 5, but both teams have turned the ball over a couple times. Rattlers, that was one of their points of emphasis coming in. They had 20 on Thursday. Won the basketball game, but they got to be a little bit better as Rivera's hit the three-point line and fouled. And it looked like initially they had stopped it, but it was an inadvertent whistle. Official says keep going. As Carlisle inside the lane, nice finish, and that time Fernandez-Jones adds to his total. Fernandez-Jones has had a quick couple of layups. That's where he's gotten his points so far. As, again, UTPB dropping in back to that zone once again. 2-3 variety right now. They move it pretty well. Rattlers trying to get the ball to the foul line. Kobe McGee wide open, and Kobe knocks down the two-point shot. He's got 13. That's a team high for the Rattlers. Again, that shot's going to be there the whole game. When people play zone on you, and the Falcons show that it's man or almost a matchup, you're going to have a lot of room from 15 feet away on either corner. Rodriguez with it. Back around left side. Jones for 3, too strong. Caleb Jordan has his first rebound of the game. Caleb's had a nice game. He's 4 of 6, but missed his last 2 shots. Marquise with it. Drives. Floating one-hander. High off the window is good. Marquise Houston with his second field goal of the game. Rattlers with back-to-back hoops, back-to-back stops, and they have it back to a 6-point game. They have trailed by as many as 10, happened moments ago. Falcons have missed a couple. Again, they have shot the ball very well. As a team, they're one of the best coming in. Very efficient. They're 27th in the country. They will shoot 50% as Rivera throws it underneath. Screen underneath there by Tommy Johnson. Couldn't see it around him, and a foul is called. Trying to get Donovan Carlisle up for 2 points, and instead he will head to the line for 2 shots. That's a great entry pass. And when you have a 6'7" player that can pass the ball like that, the NBA comparison is Nikola Jokic for the Denver Nuggets. I mean, that's where people are just, you don't expect it. It's a very, very different look. Carlisle at the line for 2 shots. He is 2 for 3 today. He is at 9 of his last 13. First toss is good for the transfer from the University of Denver. started 20 games last year at DU. Averaged 5 points, 5 rebounds. Pretty impressive find for Josh Newman's group. Both free throws are good. Carlisle is out. Back into the game comes Malik Anderson, joined out there with Miles Washington. 8-point game right now, and the Rattlers know they can't let this thing get much wider. Trying to keep up with a very offensively efficient group. UTPB has made Bill Greehey Arena their home the last 3 times they've been here. Did not come last year. 2 teams played at in Laredo. As McGee misses, rebound battle for, Rivera wins it, and the Falcons have a new set to work with. If you were to tell Coach Z and company that Dembly would have 5 points with 13 minutes to go, you think we're in control, we're playing pretty well. It's been quite the game as that layup is no good from Rodriguez. He missed it, and Marquise Houston pulls it away. Dembly's been very quiet, but people around him have had good games. Kobe McGee trying to hold St. Mary's close. Keeps it at a 6-point game. Kobe's got 15 now, 47-41. Anderson around as Dylan Eisenhower steals the ball away. Dylan goes up for the slam, and he's able to finish with that right arm. He almost got about 9 3/4 of the way up, but enough to still finish. Rattlers got a little bit of a run. They've hit 4 of their last 5 shots. They've got 6 of the last 8. Rivera with it, working on Eisenhower. 12:20 to play. Anderson whirls around and laid it up. He missed it. Rebound deflected. Miles Washington, I'm sorry, tipped it to himself. Chance underneath. That time Anderson did miss. And we got a whistle and foul. Lamont Traylor going toe-to-toe inside with a couple of folks. Rattler fans don't want that there wasn't a foul there on UTPB. There was all kinds of bodies flying around in there, but that's Lamont's 3rd personal foul as he will exit. Kind of looks over there at Bubba Meyer, says, come on now. There was some contact, but it was less. Shot clock reset at 20. Right side, pull-up 2 from Miles Washington. He missed it. Dylan Eisenhower's got rebound number 9. UTPB has gone cold. They have missed 8 of their last 9 as Jordan's 3 is off. Rebound to Kobe McGee. Good tip out over there by Houston. Kobe working it underneath. Good bounce pass. He finds Dylan Eisenhower underneath, and Eisenhower is bumped. Looking over there saying, come on, Rivera's all over me. 11:43 to play. We've got a media timeout, but I believe we are going to stay here. And Josh is out there. Josh, what do you know, buddy?
Hey guys, back here. I'm Josh with Rattler Network. I'm here with fellow Rattler and men's soccer player Ollie. Ollie, what brings you out here to do this game?
Well, I like to come out to the basketball games. It's one of my favorite American sports anyway, so it's good to be. I like to come and support the men and women whenever I can.
How often do you come out to the games like this?
As often as I can. Like you say, I'm a soccer player, so we have practice every now and then. But whenever I can, I like to get out here and support the guys.
How do you feel about the performance out here by these guys so far today?
We're down by 4, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we can bring it back. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see.
All right, Ollie, that's Ollie Wright from Men's Rattler Soccer. And don't forget to follow us on Rattler Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Back to you, Andrew.
Thanks, Josh. Yep, always fun to see what fans are up to in the seats. It's a good time. It's 47-43. They've been treated to a couple great basketball games here at home. Don't forget to join the Rattlers in their final home game. 2 weeks from today, they will welcome in St. Ed's. Looking forward to watching the Hilltoppers come in here. Both programs are doing really well. We talked already with Coach Jason Martins. That's going to have a lot to play for. And if for a reason that St. Mary's can find a way to go win their next couple of games, get some big road victories, that'll be a lot to play for when St. Ed's gets here. On the women's side, men obviously looking for some revenge against a team that beat them earlier this season in Austin. That was the game right before Christmas break. I know this team was down a couple people, and the Rattlers, they will look for another chance as Kobe McGee elevates. Long distance 3 is up and good. Kobe's got 18. And the Rattlers taking advantage of a cold spell from the Falcons. Rattlers got 7 in a row in the last 85 seconds. They pull within 1 after trailing by as many as 10 in this second half. Fernandez-Jones to Miles Washington. Miles working on the man-to-man, gives the ball to Dembly. Caleb Jordan's done a really good job on number 2. 6 to shoot. Dembley spins inside the lane. Good ball fake and a traveling call. That time up top. I thought, you see a lot of travels and plays like that. That did not look like it to me. And that was just a good ball fake. But that's a guy that I see playing in a lot of other arenas that oftentimes have been bigger. But that's another turnover. And Texas Permian Basin has come up empty as Kobe McGee tries to get the lead back. Matt Gaspard missed the easy putback, but at least gets the rebound. St. Mary's does get a new chance as Jordan calling for it. Working it left side. 10:40 to go here in this second half. Rattlers are down 1. They've trailed for a while as Houston downtown gives St. Mary's the lead. A little bit of a fist bump in the process. And Marquise has got 8. Good-looking shot right there from Marquise. The lead back to St. Mary's. Rattlers' 9th lead change of this game. Good job to erase the 10-point deficit as the 3 answered at the other end by Donovan Carlisle. And back up by a point go the Falcons. But this is exactly kind of what we thought we could see. If the Rattlers could maintain their poise, got to keep that defense going. Kobe McGee fading 2 is off the mark, and a rebound inside the lane by Miles Washington. Falcons run, look out. Layup is blocked as Gaspard all over that time the backside of Donovan Carlisle. Be 2 shots at the free throw line, but again, it's defensively the Rattlers have done such a good job if they can get points on one end, but they got to get back. That's what becomes critical the longer this thing goes. 50-49 is our score. 2 free throws. Team foul number 5, by the way, on St. Mary's. The 3rd personal on Marquise Houston. As that free throw is no good. Today's game is presented by Star Shuttle and Charter, the exclusive transportation provider of St. Mary's Athletics. Star Shuttle and Charter, they go the distance for you. Carlisle with 1 more. He's got 17 for the team high. Trying to tie Kobe McGee's 18. Can't do it there. Dylan Eisenhower has his 10th rebound of the game. Dylan has continued to show this ability, and it's really funny because you start trying to slide, well, what is Dylan? Is he a guard? Is he a forward? Well, he's kind of a wing, actually. But he's a guy that he has a good knack for the basketball. He rebounds the ball well. He can shoot the 3, but I think the spot they look for him to grow the most is his defense. And he's got that ability, but just hasn't been every game. That's what the coaching staff working for with him doing. Eisenhower underneath, gets it down to the 6'11" Matt Gaspard, who shoots and scores. He is fouled and will head to the line for 1 more assist from Dylan Eisenhower. That is his 4th. That is the team's 12th assist on 20 made buckets. Good-looking job working the left side of the court and getting it underneath. That time, Kobe McGee really creating that play. Did a great job working at the foul line, extending to his left, making a difficult pass to Eisenhower, who found Matt. As Gaspard trying to make his 4th straight at the line, he does so. Matt's got 3 points. 52-50, Rattlers back ahead. Couple of lead changes. Rattlers are on a 13-3 run over the last 3:19. UTPB has hit just 1 of their last 7 shots. Contact in the lane. That time the shot is good. Nice looking finish that time. And that will end the run and tie the game back up once again. But interesting spot right here in this game. Caleb Jordan with it right now. Jordan reverses it over there to Dylan Eisenhower. They've got Marquise wide open. The entire bench stands as Caleb Jordan went for the flush. He couldn't finish it. Holy cow, this place might have come unglued for that thing. Missed 3 in the corner. Another offensive rebound as Eisenhower lays it up and in. And there's some energy over there on the bench for St. Mary's. Holy cow, that's the most energy you've seen here in a home game in a while. And this team scored 100 points on Thursday. Man, Caleb is not a guy that I've ever seen dunk in a game. He can do it. And an offensive foul is called on Texas Permian Basin. And guys over there on the bench trying to make some noise. You like it. Impressive to see, but going back again for Caleb, he was inches away from finishing that flush on the tip. Doesn't really like to do that much, but he has sparked the bench over there, and the Rattlers to a 2-point advantage as Caleb finishes with a teardrop. Oh, what a good-looking shot that time by Caleb Jordan. 4-point advantage for St. Mary's. That matches their large lead for the 2nd time in this game. Again, that's 15 The last 21 points scored to St. Mary's. Left side right now is Washington. UTPB is cooled off. They're 6 of 15 shooting here in the second half. Pat Demley with it right now, working on the Rattler logo. Working on Caleb Jordan, who's played very well. Three-point try is off. Rebound tipped out. It's still free. It finds the waiting arms of Fernandez Jones. And a new set to work with as Donovan Carlisle tries to bury that shot. He missed it from the right corner. Marquise Houston and St. Mary's have the rebound. And what do we say? You got to get stops. Rattlers have done that. Rattlers have gotten a stop on 5 of the last 6 possessions. Timeout was 7:38 to play. The Rattlers have turned a 10-point deficit into a 4-point lead. Let's go see what Anna's up to, hanging out with some folks in the stands. Anna?
Hi, so the Rattler Network is here with Athletic Director Rob Coleman. Many exciting things are happening with Rattler Athletics. Rob, can you tell us a little bit of what's going on?
Yeah, Anna, well, we just joined the Lone Star Conference this year, and we won the men's soccer championship earlier in the fall, so super excited about our transition into the conference. And our women's basketball, men's basketball team are fighting for making the playoffs as well. And, it's countless. Our academics is off the chart. Our team had a fall GPA of a 3.4, our entire program. And then the big one, obviously, just recently we announced eSport is coming to our campus here. Hopefully we'll cut the ribbon on our new arena in late March, and by fall we will be competing in competition.
Very, very exciting, and I know we're going to have many things that will launch into that, so very exciting. Back to Andrew.
And a good work talking over there with Rob Coleman, the athletic director at St. Mary's University. He's having a good time. Saw him clapping his hands. He's liking the energy that's out there on the court for the St. Mary's Rattlers, and that's big. I mean, I tell you what, this is a team of guys that, they've really had some downs this season. They've had a few more ups recently and back-to-back wins the last 2 games, but this is one that can really get them some energy going forward. They know a really difficult 3-game stretch is coming, where they're going to have to win at least 1, if not 2 of those games to just get in. But if they can win today, that would do wonders for them. This is a team that's ahead of them a couple of spots, and a real challenge towards how difficult things are. Marquise Houston has got it, clears out some space. 2-point try is off. Kobe McGee picks up the loose ball. Floating one-hander is up and good over the outstretched arms of Miles Washington. And Kobe McGee's got 20 points. 13th time this season. Kobe's got at least 15 or more. And the Rattlers have their largest lead of the game, and it's another 6-0 run for St. Mary's. Rattlers are currently 12th in the Lone Star Conference. UTPB is 9th, but a win would put the Rattlers tied for 9th today. Right side, Jones back up top to Carlisle. Holding it at the top of the key. 3 to shoot. 2, 1, air ball. Another defensive stop. Haven't seen Bubba Meyer this fired up in a while either. He knows it's been a tough go, but he has really been with it. And that takes us to our media timeout. 58-52. The Rattlers have it going on right now. We'll take a quick timeout. Back in 60 seconds on the Lone Star Conference Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
Behind the scenes of what Rattler Network does here in our control room, we have Summer, Zach, and Cody. Summer, can you tell us a little bit about what you guys do back here?
We do a lot of the behind-the-scenes work for broadcasting the live stream of the basketball games. Having a lot of fun back here, eating hamburgers, drinking sodas, eating candy, stuff like that.
Nice. Sounds like fun. We appreciate all you guys do back here. All right, now back to Andrew.
Always fun to see what's going on behind the scenes out here on the court. Everybody's getting a chance to watch the Rattlers really build some momentum here with 6:33 to play. They've got a 6-point lead and the basketball. Kobe McGee, Marquise Houston, Dylan Eisenhower, Caleb Jordan, and Matt Gaspert as they work with a fresh shot clock. Rattlers are 12 of 27 shooting in this second half. They're at 38% for the game, but they've played relentless defense. As Jordan for 2 on the right wing is good. Caleb's got 12 points. After having a game by his standards, he said we're very so-so on Thursday. Said, you know what, we played really well. It didn't matter as much. But right now, the Rattlers have flipped a 10-point deficit into an 8-point lead, and another offensive foul is called. And this is where you really wonder, to me, about the Falcons, because, again, talent is not ever going to be in question, but how do they respond for the first time where this game has really turned against them? Do they play for each other, or do they say, you know what, I'm going to go get mine and I'll worry about the results later? And right now, the Rattlers have scored 21 of the last 26 points in a 7-minute stretch, while UTPB has hit just 2 of their last 10 shots. And that's a big kudos to this St. Mary's defense. Houston, corner left, drives on the baseline. He's looking for Caleb, who opens up on the right wing for a 3. He missed it short. Caleb nearly falls down. He uses the athleticism to get the ball into his 6'11" senior center and reset the possession. The crowd loves it. Good to see a lot of fans out here today for St. Mary's in their second-to-last home game. McGee, pull-up 3. Left side is nothing but nylon on its way down, and the Rattlers have 11 in a row and their largest lead of the game at 11 points. Holy cow, the way this thing is turned. Falcons need a bucket. That's not going to anybody. What a shot right there. You can see Kobe McGee step into it on the left wing, and a timeout is taken by Josh Newman. We stay right here, but a huge-looking 3, as you just saw, from Kobe McGee. And normally I would never say this, but with 5:04 left, the Rattlers have the Falcons of Texas Permian Basin on the ropes right now. What a game this has been. Hey, fans, shop East Bay for the latest brand name shoes, apparel, and more. They've got a loyalty club, 90-day returns, and a fit promise guarantee. Gear up your game today at eastbay.com. The Rattlers have hit a new gear. For the second straight game, they have trailed at halftime. They found a way to overcome and win by an 8-point margin on Thursday against Western New Mexico. Another high-scoring team comes in to Bill Greehey Arena. The Rattlers trail again at halftime, this time by 5. They get down by 10 quickly in the second half, but they have turned in a 14-2 run lately, 11 in a row. And I believe it's 31 of the last 36 points. I mean, the Rattlers have been playing excellent defense, which has led to great offense. This is the best we've seen St. Mary's really play at home. Played really well on Thursday offensively, but the defense was missing as Caleb Jordan inside the lane. He missed an easy bunny, and a rebound away underneath to the Falcons. That time, Fernandez Jones. Pat Dembley, I'm sure, is going to have something to say before this is all said and done. He finally gets a bucket. He's got 7. Dembley's had a couple of off games. One of those was not on Thursday. He had 21 in St. Ed's. That was a quiet game for him. But right now, you're looking at the Minneapolis, Minnesota native going, he's got it, right? Very quiet, at least at this point. 9-point game with 4:07 to play. As Kobe McGee works Dylan Eisenhower on that left side. That 2-3 zone is completely fallen apart. Eisenhower underneath lays it up and in. Great job by Dylan not to travel. Stayed right there with it, and he's able to finish at the rim. He's got 12 points, well on to his next double-double for himself. It's his second of the year now. As Marquise Houston steals the ball away. Marquise has got it. He leans in. There's all kinds of contact. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and that'll take us to our final media timeout in regulation. Rattlers have come on strong. They've scored 34 points in the second half. They've got a 11-point lead with 3:36 to go. We're back after this quick timeout on the Lone Star Conference Network.
We've been around for a while, and we know how to build a fresher pizza. A real pizza, one made with real fresh and real flavor. A pizza made with different toppings and the unique taste from our culture. And of course, a commitment to better, fresher dough and ingredients. We built a pizza culture where you can fill up on flavor without emptying your wallet. A culture that is quickly becoming the flavor of the neighborhood. Real fresh, real flavor. That's Pizza Patron.
Wait, what am I saying?
All right, I think let's go ahead and send it out to Anna. She's got a trivia question for us. Anna, what do you know? What's the question?
Okay, so the trivia question right now is, what is the name of the basketball court inside of the Bill Greehey Arena? So the answer choices are Greehey Court, the Rattler Court, or the Buddy and Anna Mayer Court. So let us know.
All right, fans, be sure to get in on that. Social media, you know where to find it, see what's going on. Here in the basketball game, it's 65-54. Rattlers are holding on here at the end of this second half. Can they finish out what has been a really special 10 minutes? Rattlers go down 10 points early, but they go on a 31-5 run over the next 8 minutes and take the lead. Dylan Eisenhower's three is off the mark as Pat Dembley brings in the rebound. Dembley's got a very quiet 7 points right now as the layup is up, no good. Hard fall by Elvin Rodriguez, and the Rattlers have another rebound. St. Mary's is +6 rebounding right now. They have controlled the boards, but seems like they're not missing very much. UTPB has really cooled off. They have struggled. They have turned the ball over 5 times the last 6 minutes, and their defense that was really working well for the first 25 minutes or so has just kind of gone by the wayside. Jordan's had a big game. Caleb with 12 drives, knocks over a player. Offensive foul is called. And that time, Jordan a little too much out of control. He'll get back up. And, you know, I think we're starting to see the flashes of how good Caleb Jordan really is. I mean, we saw it a lot, obviously, as a freshman, winning Heartland Conference Player of the Year. He's shown it a couple more times, but in a few games, he's just been upset. And I think you look at the young man, he's so talented. Great ability, can drive. He's obviously a really good passer. But, you know, it's been a different role for him this year. And, you know, right now he is really accelerating exceptionally well as they get the floor all wiped up. A lot of bodies going flying right through there. A win today, as we mentioned, be huge for St. Mary's. We'll put them right quickly into the mix of 9-10 spots right now. The 9-10 spots, they're currently 12th. UTPB, this would be a tough blow for them. They go from 9th potentially to 12th, as that try is no good from Donovan Carlisle, who's been sitting at 17 points for a while. He'll head to the line for 2 shots. Carlisle had a season-high 27 earlier against UT Tyler this season. At the line, shooting 2. At his team foul number 7 for what it's worth, and Carlisle misses that one. Got to have it right here. He knows that Falcons have really just cooled off, and it's been at both ends. Tough stretch for Josh Newman's group as he paces back and forth. Second free throw is not close. Matt Gaspard has his 6th board of the game, and here's some pressure. Eisenhower beats it. Dylan runs. He goes up strong. He lays it up and in. The shot is good. Count it. Whistle and a foul, and Dylan Eisenhower earns the bonus on his 14th point of the game. Great drive by Dylan. Got up there strong and was able to finish it out. 67-54. Team foul number 5 on the Falcons. Jones picks up his 2nd. Dylan to the line. St. Mary's just 5 of 9 today. Not been there much as Eisenhower misses. Rebounded by Miles Washington at the apex. Washington's a long body. See a couple of 6'8 guys out there, but Falcons have fallen off here today. The defense has been special from St. Mary's as that one is up and a foul is called first. It'll be 1-1 at the line. Elvin Rodriguez has been pushing the envelope, but he just hasn't quite yet been able to come up with it yet. Hasn't worked out in his favor. I think we got an answer to that trivia question coming up pretty soon, right? I know everybody's looking to see what's going on. Not yet? Okay, not yet. We're still trying. All right, they'll still keep working on that. 2:13 to play, 67-54. Bonus free throw is good. Miles Washington earns one more. I'll have another chance. Appreciate you stopping by and joining us here this afternoon in San Antonio on campus at St. Mary's University. Bill Greehey Arena, where we are located. Both free throws are good from Miles Washington. He's got 9 points. And here's some pressure defense. See how the Rattlers handle that for the first time today. Dylan Eisenhower has it at midcourt. And quickly into the front court is Marquise Houston. 2:03 to go. Rattlers by 11. They have made up a 10-point disadvantage. It's been taken away from them, but they're going to give up 2 on that steal. Nice play that time off the edge by Texas Permian Basin as Caleb Jordan is fouled. Team foul number 6 with 1:51 to go. Timeout situation. Each team with 2 of them left. They've got some things working out in their favor there. Marquise is playing with 4 fouls. He's the only player for St. Mary's with that many. A couple of guys, Jones and Anderson, have 3 for the Falcons. Rattlers beat the press as Matt Gaspard faked the 3. It almost looked like Matt was going to shoot that. He's done that before as Jordan again draws the contact, and that's, again, good veteran move as Fernandez Jones can't believe it, the freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia. And that's a moment he's got to learn. Caleb got to learn that the hard way last year a couple times. But that's just understanding what it's all about. So the Rattlers earn a trip to the line with Caleb Jordan. Caleb's made 21 of his last 26. 1-1 at the line. First toss is up and nothing but net on its way down. I know Caleb's only got 13 points right now. We got 1:40 to play, but this to me is the best game he has turned in. Been very strong here in this game, and he's really shown that leadership aspect as the second toss is good. He has taken away Pat Dembley on defense, and that's where he's been impressive, and he's hit a lot of shots, been hustling all over the place. Dembley creates some separation. He missed it with his right hand, and Jordan and Dembley get tangled up underneath. Jump ball tie-up. That time is going to be in favor of the Falcons. They will have the possession as a timeout is taken by Josh Newman. Newman over there talking with everything that is going on. We'll take a quick timeout. 69-58. Back after this quick timeout on the Lone Star Conference Network.
Scams, corruption, cover-ups. KSAT's defenders don't just track down those at fault.
We do more. We hold them accountable.
Depend on the defenders to dig deeper, to ask the tough questions,
and to get the answers you deserve.
But was there ever a point where you started having concerns?
You are not a charitable organization.
Months of investigation.
We'll take it on.
Confronting the powerful.
We're there.
Facts matter, and San Antonio deserves the truth. Expect the defenders to hold them accountable.
91 seconds to play here in regulation. Rattlers have a 69-58 lead. No lead right now secure. You can just tell. Again, the Falcons of Permian Basin averaging 85 a game. They're well off of that. As we get an offensive foul call on the Falcons on that inbounds. Great job over there again by St. Mary's as the 4th foul picked up by Jones. And I think he's just kind of beside himself. He's had a tough game here in the second half. Played well in the first half at 10 points, but he's only got 2 points since then. Rattlers got to beat some press. See if they can handle that as Marquise Houston in the backcourt up to Kobe McGee. Everybody helps out. Ball finds its way down court as Gaspard throws it to Eisenhower. Probably got away with a walk. And again, Josh Newman looking up saying, what's going on? As that ball is stripped away and then taken right back by Caleb Jordan. Shot clock does not reset. And we got a reach-in foul on Elvin Rodriguez. That is team foul number 9. One more time, it'll be 1-1. 18 fouls by St. Mary's, if you're wondering. As Emmanuel Awuzie checks back in, out goes Matt Gaspard. Caleb Jordan just hit 2 free throws. First one is guaranteed. Jordan is at the top of the league in free throw percentage. Toss is up, and it is good. You know, it's pretty impressive against a team that shoots almost 50% coming in. One of the best teams at the foul line. In fact, they're second, and they have had a rough game. I think that's where you kind of look at the love of this arena a little bit here at Bill Greehey. As Caleb Jordan makes his second. Teams, for whatever reason, and I always think this stat is ridiculous, but I only use it when it's where it is, and teams shoot the absolute worst against St. Mary's, which, you know, you'd hope would give you a little bit of a boost, help you out with a few points. And that has worked out in St. Mary's favor here today. Texas Permian Basin is 7 of 14. Long 3 from Dembley, and he hits that one. That's the second three of the game for Demble. He's got now 81 on the season to lead the Lone Star Conference. But he's been quiet. Rattlers by 10 with 47 seconds to go as Kobe McGee is knocked to the deck. Guys on the bench over there saying, we want the tech. You want that flagrant foul? Not going to get it. But it's a double bonus the rest of the way now. If the Rattlers can ice this thing away with a couple of free throws, they're going to feel pretty good. This is going to be this has a chance to be a real solid win for St. Mary's as the free throw is up and good. You know, I had to dig it out, and you're not supposed to do this, at your home games, but, it's the Rattlers, as we mentioned, they've lost their last 3 games at home against Texas Permian Basin. Former members of the same league in the Heartland. Texas Permian Basin actually won it one time. But the last time the Rattlers won here at home was 2014. I mean, that was 4 games ago. So trying to turn it around. I know it's new players, new guys, new a lot of things. And, even in some respects, Josh Newman was not here. He was at Fort Smith, and he did win here a few times. As Donovan Carlisle, hard to the cup, lays it up and in, missed the dunk, but he is able to finish. Rattlers just kind of got out of his way. St. Mary's basically has to get the ball to midcourt a couple more times. McGee's got it, 20 seconds, just gets it across. And that should just about do it. Falcons are going to back it off. There's no reason to stay with it. The shot clock is still on. In fact, the Rattlers could take a delay of game here, and it won't hurt anything. And Coach Z's saying, don't worry about it. Take it. That's just fine. It's going to bring it down and put 10 seconds on the clock. It'll be a shot clock violation, but the Rattlers, that's just their 11th turnover. That's a great job with what they've been able to do here today. 73-63 Rattlers. See if UTB wants to take another shot. Doesn't look like it. Josh Newman's already shaking hands with Coach Jim Zelznick. Important win for the St. Mary's Rattlers. This gets them to win number 12. More importantly, their 8th league win. St. Mary's is now 8-11, while UTBB joins them at 8-11. And quickly looking at the standings, again, we talked about it. UTPB was 9th. Rattlers will join them in that spot. Eastern New Mexico and Oklahoma Christian are 2 teams that are ahead of them. And Oklahoma Christian is playing Lubbock a little bit later today. So we'll have to kind of wait and see how things shake out. But big win today for St. Mary's. They have won 3 in a row for the second time this season. This is big for Bubba Myers' group. We're going to talk with him on social media. Be sure to join us. We'll have some thoughts with him in just a little bit. Signing off tonight, big thanks again to everybody for helping us out. Looks like we're going to finish up with Josh real quick. All right, let's go to Josh and wrap up some trivia. What's up, Josh?
Hey, guys. It's Josh back here with Rattler Network to answer our earlier question. What is the name of the basketball court inside the Bill Greehey Arena? We are here with members of St. Mary's Code Blue Dance Team. Angel, do any of you guys know the answer? What is the name of the basketball court inside the Bill Greehey Arena? A, the Greehey Court, B, Rattler Court, or C, Buddy and Anna Meyer Court?
C, Buddy and Anna Meyer Court.
Congratulations, you guys just won the Starbucks gift card. Here you go. Thank you guys. Now stay tuned with us for the rest of today. We have a baseball game later and basketball games coming up the rest of this week. And stay tuned with Rattler Network for our future athletic games. And make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you guys. Back to Andrew.